Welcome, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 132. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm one of your co-hosts, Andrew. I make the show Midori, and I'm joined today by the classy douchebag, Mike McLaughlin.
Hi.
We have Brother Anthony, pretending to be the king, not actually the king.
Yeah.
Dean would be very upset right now.
Fake crown right there.
Fake crown, not the trophy king. But Brother Anthony's joined us. And we also have on the line Gregory Verga, a.k.a. GVZ.
Hey.
Hey. How you doing, Greg?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm trying to figure out right now whether or not to buy Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Don't. You just read the reviews stating that you shouldn't.
I know.
Wait, who said that you shouldn't?
A lot of reviews that I'm reading, the book wasn't reviewing well when it came out. And then a lot of my friends that got the book were like, I don't really know. It doesn't feel like a Harry Potter novel. And then Mike was just telling me that he's on the fence about getting it. And I had pre-ordered mine on Amazon, so it's supposed to come. But it was just asking me now. It's like, this is your last chance to cancel the order. And I was just reading more reviews about it. And a lot of people are saying it doesn't feel like Harry Potter.
Is it written by J.K. Rowling?
It's J.K. Rowling and John something else, the guy who did the screenplay.
So the guy who wrote the play, and then
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling is trying to adapt it to be a book.
Right.
Correct.
How long do you think it is before they turn it into a movie?
Oh, it's definitely going to be a film for sure. That's happening.
Yeah, but they're probably going to
especially
give it
with
like
Fantastic
I would say a few years,
I was gonna say
right?
at least like 3 years.
Yeah, I was
I
going
would
to say like
assume-
3 years. They'll probably let the entire series of what's it called, Fantastic Beasts.
Which
that's-
I'm really excited for.
Yeah, that's going to be its own series, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, well, that has a whole bunch of books or a whole bunch of movies planned already. J.K. Rowling has been doing like little excerpts on Pottermore.com, so that has like a whole thing that they can do with that. And then this, the play doesn't take place for, I think it's 20 years after Harry graduates and everything that happens with Voldemort. So they could do that, like you said, like eon.
I love the concept. I like that idea. I don't need to for it to follow Harry and Hermione and Ron and Ginny.
I'm excited for it to come to
that.
America.
What was that?
I'm excited for it to come to America. That's what I'm really stoked for.
Yeah, that would be really cool too. I would definitely see the play. I think that's like I said. That's just what concerned me between knowing that it probably didn't feel the same as a regular Harry Potter book did,
Right.
and not wanting to spend all the money right away just to be disappointed in something.
I've never actually read the books. I don't
Really?
I like the
Dude,
movies.
I was obsessed.
I love the movies, and I would love to see
Yeah.
the play as well.
I'm assuming the play is definitely going to come to Broadway at some point.
Oh
but,
yeah, I would think so. I would hope so.
It's
Yeah,
funny.
I
I forgot that I had a Harry Potter shirt, so I decided to wear it today.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
Yeah, it's butterbeer.
Oh, Butterbeer, nice.
Oh, I
Everybody
like-
been to Universal Studios?
No,
Yes,
Harry Potter?
my favorite.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That was lit. I went the year before they put in the Hogwarts Express.
Nah.
Regrets.
See,
I have.
I'm not. When I went there, it wasn't as big as it is now. They've expanded it. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, now they have the Hogwarts Express. It's not just the train that you can take a picture in front of. So from one side of the park to the other, you can get on the Hogwarts Express and take you to Hogsmeade Village. It's fucking
Cool.
crazy now. Harry Potter's taken over Universal.
Do you play Quidditch?
There's Quidditch matches set up now. You can also now go into a wand shop and have the whole experience of the wand choosing you. They have every character's wand now for you to buy. They're like $100 or something crazy each.
So for you, that's like chump change.
Yeah, exactly. My brother actually bought me Harry's wand, so I have that on my shelf, which is nice. But yeah, they have like Voldemort's wand you can buy, but they have the whole scenario where you can walk through as a first-year student. You get your cloak, you pick out your animal, you pick out everything, which is cool. I'm assuming the only thing you can't keep is like the owl.
Well,
We got a couple resubscribers. already.
yeah. How many? I saw hints.
At least 2. I saw Tobes was up there as well. 11 months for Tobes.
11 months for Toads and 2 months for Hids. That means we have 2 prize wheels.
That's awesome.
Anthony, this is new. You've never seen this before?
Greg seen this before?
Greg, you've seen this
haven't-
before, right?
I haven't seen it live. I've seen the concept of it. Though.
Okay, well, guys, it's time for the...
Prize wheel!
There you go. You guys are supposed to shout it. I don't know. But let's start with Tobes. Tobes, come on down and spin the wheel of justice.
Oh, it's like Price is Right.
Yes, that's the idea. I'm just going to come up with something different every time.
I like that much better than just calling it Wheel of Mayhem every single time.
No, I called it Mayhem, and I called it Chaos.
Chaos.
And now Justice. And who knows what's going to come next. But here we go. This one is for Tobes. Thank you so much for your resubscription.
I'm kind of excited.
Do you actually flick it or do you just click it?
No, you just click it.
Oh, I
cool
thought
if you
you
had to
had to
flick it
swipe
away.
up on it or something.
All right, so first up,
500 XP.
only 2 Tobes.
Tobes.
So I'm going to keep that in mind. But for now, let's move on to our second wheel spin. So come on down, Hids, and
Can I
spin the wheel of anarchy.
Can I spin?
Yes, you can.
Is
Just
it
click
going to be a different adjective every time?
Yes, it will.
I like that.
It feels good, doesn't it?
It does. It feels like an actual wheel
Yeah.
of anarchy.
So that's 500 XP to Tobes, and moving on past it, what does it say?
500 XP
The entire room.
So Tobes gets 1,000.
Yeah, oh,
and
I
everybody
spun it
gets
again.
500.
Oh no. That's not going to happen. We're going to have to move away. Oh, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? Oh, you're never going to know.
Yeah.
All right, so that is... So you guys, if you don't know, the prize wheel's new. Let's get that out of the way right now.
Yeah,
It is
explain it.
for subscriptions, resubscriptions, and for donations of $10 or more. And also, if we get a new patron, we will also do a prize wheel for
absolutely.
that patron if we can determine who it is in the room.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Is the prize wheel is supposed to be dedicated to a specific person, the spinner. So, Tobes, you are first. That is 500 XP to you. Thank you so much. What'd you say, 11 months?
Yeah, 11 months for Tobes.
11 months for Tobes. You are amazing. Thank you so much.
So let me bring up something too.
Yeah, go ahead.
We are now 5 subscribers away
Yeah.
from our goal.
Good, up
Now, there's a reason we want to hit that goal. At 25 people, we can give you guys brand new emojis for the chat.
Yes.
We all like
I
the
want
Boosh Hammer and the Bogey Squad.
Yes.
But we want to change things up a bit. And in order for us to change things up in the way we want to, we need to have those 4
5
emojis.
now.
5. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant subscriptions.
Yeah, we need
Yes.
5 more subscriptions so that we can have those 4 emojis that we want.
Yeah.
So, if you haven't yet, I'm going to encourage you to do it. There is now an incentive. You can spin the wheel of random adjective.
You should have come up with something good. Come on, man.
Wheel of Destiny?
I already done what
He
Destiny.
already did Destiny the first day.
Yes, Destiny,
The Wheel of
Mayhem,
Plus, it's
Hypocrisy?
already hit. It's his
Justice,
The
and I
Wheel
just
of
came up with-
Hypocrisy?
That's fine. You know, it could be anything.
Whatever it is.
Oh, and what do we get
There
there?
we go. 350.
Thank you so much, Derek, for your
Did you
donation
see that
of
story I put
350.
in about the Pokemon Go thing?
No, I don't think
It
so.
was this long story about like when Pokemon Go came out. It's like I hate stories like this where this mother and son walked up to this this business and the mother asked the person working there if they could go into the back because they saw a Pikachu in the backyard,
Oh, Lord.
and the guy was like I guess it's fine, and the son's running around laughing trying to catch a Pikachu on his phone, and suddenly he trips and falls and lands his face and slams it into the side of the building, and the mom starts screaming at them saying how could you let them do this, how were you not watching him when he was running around, and he's saying I wasn't supposed to watch your kid, and the mom said well okay, well that's whatever, we're still going to sue you. And it was about that time that I realized that the kid was nothing more than a soccer ball with eyes, and that the mother was this great green monster from the Mesozoic period.
We have so many Pokemon Go stories today to begin with. Like, oh my god, it's still.
I love South Park.
It's starting to dwindle, and I'm happy about that. But we'll be
I'm
talking
still
about
playing
that.
it, man.
Well, I'm
super
let's
love
hold
it.
off on that because I'm
Yeah.
curious to find out how the viewers are feeling about Pokemon Go. What is it now? 2 weeks later, maybe 3 weeks. 3 weeks
I
later.
It's only
played
been
it.
3
Never played it
weeks.
at all.
I guess we'll find out. But guys, welcome to the Level Up Show again. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you like what we're doing at any point, please make sure to follow the show. Hit that heart button at twitch.tv/the Level Up Show. We will shout you out. You'll get notifications whenever we go live. We had a few follows before the show even started. Thank you to Rex Lionheart. That's the most recent follow so far. Once again, Derek, thank you so much for your donation. I think you intentionally did 350 because you didn't want a wheel spin.
No.
But thank you so
It's
much.
350. That's why I said that story. You don't remember. You don't know South Park that well, do you? That's the whole.
They took our jokes?
Preface. No, that's the whole preface
They took
for
our-
the Loch Ness monster.
Oh,
No, I'm not giving you no 350.
gotcha.
350.
I thought we were doing a. They took
That's
our
why I went
jokes.
into that.
Thing going on there. But thank you so much. Really appreciate your donation. Every cent, every dollar matters to us. But we did want to make a certain cutoff, obviously for the wheel spin. So we made it $10. That'll be the cutoff for the wheel spins moving forward. Another thing to bring up, this is our second week running now with being an XSplit Elite member. As you just saw there, you can go to levelupnetwork.com/XSplit and you can get XSplit for a discounted price. You get 10% off if you use Level Up +1.
Tobes does not like uneven numbers.
No, he doesn't. What did he donate? $12.50. So Toes gets another wheel spin.
Yes, he does.
So I'm gonna go to the wheel spin. Come on down, Tobes, and
What's he doing?
spin the wheel of generosity. I'm gonna run out real
Spin
quick,
the
man.
wheel
I'm
of duplication.
gonna have to start reusing some eventually.
We can play the Family
And
Feud
it
theme song.
is...
No, don't make me do it again. Dino Team!
Oh God,
Another Dino Team?
that's 2 now. We've only had it for a week.
Yes, that's
Oh my God.
it happens.
Greg, do you remember what Dino Team is?
You did it last week?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was here last week for it.
Do you know what Dino Team is?
Isn't that where you have to act like a random dinosaur?
Yes, you have to act like a random dinosaur. Let me go away from the wheel.
I
Hold
love
on.
Anthony's comment on that.
Don't you have to act like a random dinosaur. All right, so I'm gonna put back on my
That was
shiny.
amazing.
I'm glad that you're
Because
nodding.
clearly I'm a gold pterodactyl.
I was about
Oh,
to say, this is a lot of
Don't
pressure.
be so loud this time, because last time you were directly in the
I'll
mic.
be right in the middle
Yeah,
then.
yeah. Just
I
try
didn't. I haven't listened to it.
Be
Was it really that
mindful.
bad?
We're
It
going
was
now.
really loud, yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Dino Team! Still very loud.
That was pretty good.
Sorry. Bogey, stop. Okay.
He listened.
No, there's actually like 18 different things on the wheel.
Oh, yeah,
and
there's
Dino
tons of-
Teams has a lower chance of happening, so that was just
That's really
that's the way it
obscure
goes.
that it
Dino
actually
Team I think has like
happened.
a 1 out of probably like 20 something chance of
Yeah.
happening. So 2 weeks in a row for it to happen is pretty rare, but it
Evan in
did.
Hair says Elvis Dino. That is literally what Drew becomes. when we
Oh
do
my
something.
god!
God damn it.
Here we
We're
go.
never gonna get started.
All right,
no,
no, this is the way it works. All right, thank you so much, Guitar Freak, for your $10 donation.
Oh man.
Come on down and spin the wheel of
Happiness.
necessity.
Does
Thank
it have
you.
to
The
end
wheel
in a
of
Y?
necessity.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I'm gonna have to start writing down like a whole list so I can go to
The wheel, the wheel of puberty.
wheel. We're going with necessity. Puberty will come later. All right. All right, here we go.
It's gonna be Old Man Andrew too.
I know, right? Oh, what do we got? What do we got?
500 to the entire room.
To the entire room.
Nice.
So everybody should thank Guitar Freak
Yeah.
We have a no Dino Team option.
for his necessity.
Oh man.
Was Mike too loud? I'm curious. Was Mike too loud?
Yeah, if I am, I'll
So
have to
that
move.
for me.
That's the only dinosaur noise I know how to make.
Yes, and you tried to be quiet this time, but still, I have a feeling it was loud
I
for people.
definitely-
So hold on, 500 XP to the entire room again. This is actually pretty good because we're giving away a few things today. We were just talking about XSplit, and we have 10 3-month premium subscriptions. That's like a $35 value. And we're going to give away 2 codes today alone, and we also have a few other things to give away as well. And those will just be thrown right into the chat once
Right.
we get to them.
And that's pretty good. So if you guys are streaming anything, especially from the PC, that's actually probably, in my opinion, the best program that you can use. It has a ton of options and it's really seamless. So
Yes, I love XSplit.
XSplit is easily the best thing we've ever grabbed our hands on.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people like OBS, and OBS is cool because
Mm-hmm.
it's free, but XSplit actually has a free version as well. But if you go to premium, XSplit is really feature-filled,
So if
and you
you're-
can do a lot of really cool things.
Right, and if you're curious, this is the perfect thing. So try to be on the lookout in the chat.
Obviously we're partnered with XSplit, but I will say I've used both of them. I prefer XSplit.
Right.
I really do. I've tried OBS, and I even used it for a little while, and I switched back to XSplit because I do prefer it. As I said, it messed up on you a few times.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so yours is messed up, but I figured I'd give it to you anyway. All right, thank you to the follow from something biography or photography. What does that say? Astro Zombie Photography. Good name.
You
I
nailed
like
it.
it. Thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. Keep the follows coming, guys. Also, check out all our channels before we get going here. Follow us on Twitch, obviously, but also check us out on Twitter at the Level Up Network. Subscribe to our YouTube, where we have Power Up IUDP. It only does PlayStation. We did our first pre-recorded episode this weekend. That's going up on Tuesday, so you're definitely not going to want to miss that one. It was a good episode.
Yeah.
We had a fun time doing it. So check that out on Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Patreon, if you want to best support the network, of course, and also get a wheel spin if you become a new patron. I'm feeling that's the Spiel Druckmann. We're done?
That's the Spiel Druckmann.
Spiel Druckmann is done. All right, let's get into the official non-gaming portion of the show. It is called The Level Up Show Has No Game. 3 non-gaming topics at 2 minutes each. Are we ready?
We have good ones today.
They are good. They're always good, right? First up, The Rocketeer
Ugh.
might be getting a reboot or a sequel.
I don't like this.
You don't?
No, because I love The Rocketeer, and I think it's perfect in the way that it is.
I love The
Because
Rocketeer
it's
too.
perfectly cheesy in the way that it is.
Rocketeer is awesome, but it didn't do well at all when it
No,
came
it
out.
flopped.
Because it actually was like a decently budgeted movie. Like, it
Right.
didn't have a small budget. Like, that had a pretty decent sized budget on it. It was like that times Iron Man.
Right.
You know? And I mean, I think it would work really well today because of movies like Iron Man. I don't know. Do you think it was 80s? I think it was 90s, right?
I couldn't remember if it was late 80s or early 90s.
I feel like it was early 90s, I want to
Yeah,
say.
it's really unnecessary in my opinion.
I don't think it's necessary, don't get me wrong. But let me get Greg on the screen here.
We already-
But
we
I'm not
already have-
against it either.
We already have Iron Man. I mean,
Right,
we
right
really
there.
need a flying
wrong
superhero
one.
who just uses a handgun. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Who would you want to do it? I think John Favreau would be a good choice.
first of all,
To
did
direct?
you,
Yeah,
did you hear
that's-
about what they're doing too? It's not going to be Cliff Secord. It's going to be a black female lead.
Yeah, which is funny considering the whole Iron Man thing that just happened too with the.
Oh, you mean for
Yeah.
Rocketeer?
See, now what I heard is
Oh,
that
you
it's
hear
going to be
that?
multiple Rocketeers, not just one
So it's a
Rocketeer.
rocket team?
Like the movie's going to literally be called The Rocketeers, not The Rocketeer.
Oh Lord.
So I don't
You
know.
know what they should
band.
do to get everybody on board is make it an all-female cast now.
Yeah.
Bro,
right?
yeah, people would love that.
And have
Yeah,
Fall
I
Out Boy
hear
make the
that's
theme
really
song.
popular. So that's great.
Was there? I also heard another version of the Ghostbusters theme recently. Oh, it was done by the guys who did Shut Up and Dance. Who are those guys?
Oh, DNCE?
DNC?
Wait,
No,
no.
How the Moon, something the Moon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hell to
shut up.
Something
and
like
dance.
that.
I'm sorry, I was thinking Cake by the Ocean.
But yeah, they did a Ghostbusters theme as well, and theirs was awesome. I really
Who's
liked
Dino
theirs.
Team?
She woke up.
Because of Dino Team?
Yeah.
Really?
Did you hear him barking? You
Oh,
psychos?
because of Bogey, yeah. Sorry. Time's up.
A pretty accurate buzzer.
And Walk the Moon was the
Second
best.
topic, while Evie's blocking everything. Game of Thrones. D.B. Weiss, David Benioff, they've officially come out and said that 8th season is the end of it all.
It's terrible.
I'm great. I'm 100% on board with
Bye.
this. Good night.
I love you.
Bye, Evie.
I hope she falls back asleep really quickly.
Bogey, my God.
You like try to trip her.
Yeah,
But I'm actually pretty okay with this. I'm like right on board with it. My concern is what we've talked about before is the length of the
yeah.
seasons.
Because they also confirmed
15
that
episodes.
the 7th
Or
season
14
is 7
episodes.
episodes long, and we don't know what the 8th season is going to be.
Right.
But the thing is, like, I thought that this was the writers doing it this way. No, it's HBO going to D.B. Weiss and David Benioff and saying, "Here's what we're giving you." That's
Right.
what when I was reading it today. That's what it sounded like to me. Is that? Oh, damn it! What was?
I didn't see what it was.
I missed it. I'm gonna have to check my email. I also missed the message because I got cut off there. I'll go check it out in a second. But yeah, like they're not the ones that are saying like, oh, we
No,
want
they
this to be
don't-
shorter.
right.
It's like a budget issue.
Right. I mean, you gotta remember, like we were looking at the last season, like this, some of these things, it's just insane.
Yeah.
How much each episode.
That final
not even
episode was
episodes, Just
crazy.
scenes alone have to cost.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing with the church blowing up.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Spoiler
that,
alerts.
I didn't say
Couple-
what church.
Yeah.
a couple more seasons, and they have to like bend these guys over. When how much money does this show have to make?
I know.
HBO
That's what
and
I feel the
stuff?
same
the
way.
other
It's like,
thing
come
is-
on.
right, that's
Talk
the other
about
argument.
just like the ultimate low blow to like
Mm-hmm.
people who like have put blood, sweat, and tears into a show that is just like that means so much to fans.
It's the highest watched show ever on HBO. Even more than The Sopranos, which is kind of crazy. Sopranos was huge, and Game of Thrones is beating it considerably each season, and more so as each season goes along. Like, it's never, like, plateaued or even
Yeah.
gone down. It just keeps going higher and higher. So, like, come on. Like, just give us two great final seasons.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't make quite as much money, but, like, come on. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
It is.
It's huge. This show is like a phenomenon. All right, last topic. Johnny Quest movie. Woo! Is picking up steam.
I like
Oh,
this.
We talked
I've always
about this
been a big fan of
probably
Johnny
a
Quest.
year ago. We talked about
Yeah.
Johnny Quest, and then it went quiet for a while. But now they are starting to find directors, actors, and whatnot. First of all, Robert Rodriguez is writing the script.
I'm okay with this.
If you guys all know, he did Spy Kids.
Right. We've
Also-
talked about this, and as goofy as it sounds, there was actually some quality in there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, Greg?
The Wonder Woman theme song, also done by Robert Rodriguez.
Yes.
It's the movie.
The Wonder Woman theme, it sounds just like the Spy Kids theme.
I
Yeah.
hate that
Literally
theme.
the same song.
Yeah. But otherwise, Justin Lin is currently being sought out as the director. If you guys don't know, Justin Lin is best known
Well,
for Fast
Star-
and Furious. And
Star Trek Beyond
Star
was
Trek Beyond.
incredible.
Yes.
You liked it a lot. I knew a lot of people did say that they liked this. So
Oh, it was awesome. Jayla needs to be a regular character.
Now,
in
is she the
this
one
series.
like that's got the weird face paint? Okay. I didn't know for sure. She's a new character though, right?
Oh, she's
I
she's
love
awesome.
Johnny Quest. Like I love
Yeah.
this version of Johnny Quest
She was.
too.
I was telling Andrew that she was inspired by Jennifer Lawrence,
Oh yeah,
and they were calling her character J-Law for the longest time, and that's why they went with Jayla.
oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, that is kind of funny. Otherwise, some casting rumors. Bradley Cooper, Idris Elba, and Will Smith are in the running to play Race Bannon. If you guys don't know who that is, he's like the adult character
Right.
that has like the white hair and he's like super buff and like...
Well, in case you didn't know, Idris Elba is the villain in Star Trek Beyond.
No, that's,
Right.
there you
Right,
go.
I was gonna say I do like Idris Elba for that role. That's actually
Yeah.
my favorite out of those three. As much as I like Bradley Cooper for things, I don't take him as seriously as I would take Race Bannon. Race Bannon is just like authoritarian muscle man, by the books type guy, and Bradley Cooper does well with that, but also likes to throw in humor. That's where
Sure.
he shines.
He could.
in. But
Idris Elba could play his character on The Office. I just got up to that
Yeah,
part.
he was a bastard on
I
that
just
show.
got past that,
Yeah.
like not that long ago.
Yeah,
was
He's
not
on that
expecting
show.
that
he
at all.
did suck, that character.
He's a good actor. I really like him, and I'm looking forward to him in Dark Tower.
Yeah,
I'm
Yes.
really glad he
I'm not
picked
sure how
up
I feel
that,
with that.
huge role. That's a big role for him to pick up. That is it. Those are the three topics. I was hoping to get into who we would want for Johnny Quest and Haji, but if they even went with Haji, I'm not sure they would do that anymore.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm not sure if
Aziz
that would
Ansari.
fly.
a little. Yeah.
Aziz Ansari as Haji.
No, they need to get
That's good.
They
I
need
like
to
it.
get short round.
Who's that?
Short round from Indiana Jones.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too
What's
bad
that
he's
kid
like.
now?
Too bad he's got to be like 40.
Yeah,
now.
that kid's old now. He was in Temple of Doom, right? Is that the one he was in?
Yeah.
Jonah Hill and Aziz Ansari for Johnny and
If they wanted to go with like a 21 Jump Street
By the
style
way,
of
did
Johnny
you-
Quest, I guess. Yeah.
By the way, did you see
Would
the
you-
roast? The roast of what's his face? Oh, I'm spacing on his name.
oh, that guy.
What's the guy who played Green Goblin? Harry Osborn.
What?
The
Yeah, he
Norman.
No,
Green
he played
Goblin.
Harry.
Oh, James Franco.
What's a green?
James Franco.
What's a green goblet?
Green Goblin?
Oh, Green Goblin.
I said Goblin.
No, he said goblin.
Aziz as Haji says evident here. Yes, I think we got to start
Yeah.
like a. What do they call those? The petition things online. What are those? Like, there's that site that's dedicated to petitions. I think we need to start
Change.org or
one.
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. We got to get Aziz Ansari to play Haji.
Change.org for Aziz Ansari.
Aziz Ansari is
I
Haji.
can't.
All right.
Change.org. I can't.
All right, let's move on to the first code. Greg, I'm going to ask you to just throw this in the chat. It's going to be
I
first
have it
come,
ready to
first
go.
serve.
Am I
Whoever
just
gets
entering it?
No, this is for.
This is for NHL 2017 beta
Right.
code for PS4 only. This is
Okay.
a PS4 code.
Jesus.
More and more donations. I also got to check the previous donation. So it's going to go in the chat right now, and whoever gets it first gets it.
And be sure to let us know in the chat who claims it. That way people aren't trying all night. I'm putting this
Yes,
in
that's
the
it.
chat
Please let us
room
know.
now for you guys. NHL 2017 PS4 beta code. Enjoy.
Okay, so it was Kwanzi V. I'm trying to think based off of his name that's on PayPal. I don't want to say his actual name.
Okay, yeah.
But if I remember right, I think his Twitch name is Kwanzi V. And he actually hasn't been here in a really long time. I
Right, I was gonna
remember
say, I
you,
remember.
though, Kwanzi V. And thank you so much for your $5 donation. Really,
That's awesome.
really appreciate it. But Derek, 9 Fox, he started off with a $3.50 donation earlier. Now he did an $11.46. Is there something behind
Not
that?
not that I remember.
$11.46?
Like what?
I'm not sure what that's all about. But
It spells a little late.
it is enough for him to get a
Prize wheel!
prize wheel. Derek Carr, come on down and spin the wheel of puberty.
There it is.
We went puberty on that one again.
Yeah, I went with it. Why not?
I'm just gonna Google words that end in ty.
All right, what do we got? What do we got here? What's it gonna be? Oh no! Damn it! Old
What
man
is it?
Andrew.
Thank God.
Damn it!
I was so afraid it was Dino
So-
Team again.
So here's what I want out of this then.
Okay.
I can't.
You are going to give a synopsis of what the Johnny Quest movie will be about as Old Man Andrew.
Okay.
With Idris Elba, Aziz Ansari, and Jonah Hill.
Drew, are you ready for this? You haven't
I
done Old Man
am not
Andrew in a
ready for
while.
this.
Yeah.
This is like doubling up. First of all, I gotta act like an old man. Now, second of all, I've got to come up with a freaking
Is the
story to Johnny
RNG
Quest.
right on that? Like, we
This
need
is,
to go
I feel
examine
like
it?
this is unfair. I need to lower the chances of Old Man Andrew. This is not fair. All right. I got to get into my mode here. I suck at this.
always
Last time I turned
does
into a
this.
Southern oil man.
I
Oh,
love
Lord,
when
no.
Drew has to get into the zone for Old Man Andrew because it ends up turning out to be Adam Sandler's Waterboy every
Well,
time.
there, Michael
Come on, it's the
and
RNG.
Gregory. We're gonna
Oh,
be
wait.
talking about Johnny Quest the movie. I don't know where this is going, but I'm gonna keep going with it. So, Johnny is a 13-year-old Southern boy whose best friend is Haji, who he met in India. Is that where Haji's from?
This is not happening right
It's
now.
right.
I don't know, but they were on an expedition together,
Oh my god.
and they met Haji. And then they I don't know, give me some hints here. Where's this going? Where's it going?
No.
Greg, help me out, Greg. Greg, help me.
I'm just trying to figure out if that's an old
What
man
happens
or
next
if
in
this
this
is-
story? Where are they going?
They go to Egypt to discover.
Well, no, Haji is chosen to be on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Oh my god, we're going Slumdog.
Johnny. I got nothing.
The show is off the
You made this
rails.
way too difficult on me. You made this way too difficult
Yeah,
on
but
me.
that's so good.
Describing
It's
the weather is
such a hard
okay.
take.
Coming up with the story of Johnny Quest the movie, not so much. All right. Does that suffice?
Yeah,
Who,
you're
who
good.
was that?
That
Derek?
was for Derek.
Derek, are you okay? Am I okay? Are you okay with my rendition of Old Man Andrew?
I'm
you
crying.
shall not pass.
Also, everybody, congratulations
How
to
did
Diclonius Games for claiming the beta code. Congratulations, Diclonius.
There you go, Diclonius. Thank you for claiming it. Thank you for letting
Ooh.
us know that you claimed it. Congratulations to you.
How did
That was-
Old Man Andrew start again? I can't remember. you were trying to do something else and it became
God,
an
I
Old
don't
Man,
know.
right?
It was something about.
No, it
a
was
poll in
you tried to
Playroom.
do Gandalf.
Oh,
Yes,
that's what it was.
That's what I tried to do as Old Man Andrew, and then I became the Water Boy, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
the
then
water boy.
last week I turned it into Southern Oil Man. I was like, they took my boy, my son HW.
Oh my god.
All right, let's move on to community question of the week. Dean is not here, so Greg will become the Dream Crusher. Go ahead.
I've been channeling this for like the last 2 hours when I found out I was taking over the segment, everybody. So if I don't crush your dreams as well as Dean, my apologies. The question of the week, of course, you guys can ask us over at our PS4 community, or answer us, excuse me. We'll give you guys question of the week. Go to our PS4 community, search the Level Up Network, and that way you can find our community. Join us, chat with us. We have a bunch of good people over that way. And the question this week was, have you ever taken a prolonged hiatus from gaming? How long did it last, and what was your reason for taking the break? We have a couple of responses here. Lunar Striker is the first up and says, anime is why I went on a fairly long hiatus. For at least 24 weeks, I pretty much did not play games. So many great seasons. That's crazy to me. I feel like I need like a balance of gaming and television in my life, especially when I'm going through a show for like so long. Like now that I'm going through The Office for 10 seasons, I think there is in that show. Like I need a game to break that up.
There's been times where maybe I'd take like a week off because I'm really invested in the show, but 24 weeks, that's a long
right.
period of time. It sounds like he watched multiple shows though. Like he got really into anime, was trying to catch up on a lot of different shows and all the seasons of those shows. Because some of these anime, God, if you look at Naruto, that freaking
it's
show,
like
how long is that
83
show?
seasons?
It's ridiculous how long that show is. So if you want to try and
Pokemon is
catch up on certain
19.
anime, it's tough.
Pokemon
One I
is
actually do
19.
want to watch is One Punch Man. I hear that's awesome.
Oh
Yeah.
lord.
I hear it's really cool.
I need to watch Attack on Titan at some
I
point.
hear that's good too.
I would watch Full Metal Alchemist.
I did watch Full Metal Alchemist for a little while. I liked it a lot.
Cowboy Bebop is another big one, right?
That I don't care about though. I mean,
Anybody-
I just never got into it.
What was that, Greg?
Did anybody watch the Netflix original anime? I forget what it's called.
Yeah, I know that
I
they did.
forget
They've
which
done a
one it
few
is.
actually. There's a few.
I
of
loved
those.
Voltron, if that's considered anime.
I watched a few episodes of
I
Voltron.
want to watch that Voltron. It looks
It's good.
cool.
I liked it. I picked up on the one twist, if you want to call it that, like in the very first episode, though.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean, Greg?
That was so predictable.
It's so obvious. Yeah, I thought it was really,
It's
really
like- it
obvious.
reminds
Very
me a
early
lot
on.
What's the name of the one show? One Step or something? Or
One Punch Man?
no, I can't think of the name of it.
One
Bro-
Piece.
One Piece.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's another one that's
The
like
guy with the stupid
beloved.
ass straw hat.
Yeah.
And he has
Greg, what's the next comment?
Next one, Skydiver55 responded with, I had many breaks from gaming, but that was before the PlayStation 4. Now I just can't stay away. LOL!
Yeah, PS4 is a great console with a lot of great games coming regularly. I feel like that's the thing now is that with all the indie stuff coming out, like you have something to play, free to play stuff. There's always something to play.
It's
hard to take a break.
PS4 though too for the suspend and resume. That's what's been making me watch more Netflix is the fact that I could go from like Resident Evil and then hop into The Office and it just continues right where we left it off. I don't have to like go back in and hit more episodes. It's right there. That's what I love about the PS4. But I will lull with you, sir. Diabetic Dave 45 says, I don't think I've ever really taken a break from gaming. Even during the Sony hack, I played on my Xbox 360. That is crazy. The Sony hack was probably the last huge break I took from gaming.
Yeah, that was like 2 months long, right? That lasted before they actually got it back up?
Yep.
And I was so mad too because Outland had released that month and I couldn't fucking play it and I waited for that game for so long.
For me, it was SOCOM.
Yeah, SOCOM released at that time.
Yeah, I think it was like 3 days before or something like that. And it was so
hard.
They sent that to die, man. It's unfortunate because of that. It didn't affect me at all because, as you guys know, I'm not at all into multiplayer gaming and online gaming, so I didn't care at all. I played my games just fine.
The huge thing for me. That was like I was waiting for that since the launch.
That was one of like the biggest debacles in gaming in a long time. That was crazy.
I remember just reading about that for so long. It was every news headline, no matter what. Next up, we have N7 Finn responded with, when I got married, I stopped playing games for longer than I care to admit. Started up again when my daughter was old enough to hold an Xbox controller and have since made up for lost time. I now have 10 systems I play on and I'm an avid collector. That's amazing.
Yeah, I can sort of relate to that. But the thing is, like on the weekends now, I have Evie by myself, and anytime that she's sleeping, I can potentially get in some game time. So I've been getting in a little bit with like I Am Setsuna recently and a few other things as well. And I'm going to try and play Abzu this week. And obviously I did Inside. Even when
Abzu.
I was even able to stream that because Evie's so good. When she falls asleep, sometimes she'll sleep for 3-4 hours straight. So so far it hasn't been too hard on me, but it might get to that point where I have to start pulling back if because she's going to start being awake more often, and I'm going to want to do stuff with her. So it's gonna go into my gaming time a little bit.
And Finn, I want to know, out of those 10 systems that you own, how much time are you spending on each one of those? Because, like, I have a PS3 right next to my PS4, and I never turn that on. So let's be honest with one another.
Let's be honest.
I'm trying to be somewhat mean, because I know Dean is always mean, so, like, I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah,
that was, like, the meanest.
He's not really rolling,
That
dude.
was the meanest I could come up with. Okay, next up, we have Sugar Plump, who responded with, yes, when I was 15, I used to stay up late and play Call of Duty, so my parents hid my controller for a week. They didn't realize that I had 2 of them.
I'll be Dean on this one. So you didn't actually take a break, you liar.
Right?
You had 2 controllers.
Right.
That's what I was laughing at.
Is
I'm like, this story, you never took a break from gaming then. It was just the whole thing. I used to love my mom's go-to always as a parent. She used to rip out the 3 cords when they were the jacks, the red, white, and the yellow. And she used to think that used to shut off my console. So she used to come into my room and rip the jacks out of the television and be like, see, now you're not playing any more video games. And then as soon as she would slam my door, I would put all the jacks back in and then continue my game. But she thought she was ripping it out.
My dad used to take the actual cords themselves, out completely, but take them with him, the power cord and the jacks and everything like that.
That's dirty.
Take them to another room, and then we'd just take them from the DVD player right next to it because it happened to be the same power cord. And plug it in, and then when we were done, we just put it back in the DVD player.
I have to say, it's one of the things I really love about the PS3 to PS4 is that it has the same power cord.
Yes.
So you can easily, I don't have to unplug the system. I can you pull it off of the cord and bring it downstairs and plug it into the other one that's already plugged in. Because I have 5 of those now.
Right.
Because I've had all these different PS3s and all these PS4s, so I can just easily switch from room to room because I have a cord in every room now.
You also pretty much have a system in every room.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah, Drew, when I come to stay with you at the house, I never pack my power cords. I just pack the system itself.
Yeah, I know.
I've never packed a cord to bring to Drew's house. Even the controller charger cables, you have 17 of those just randomly in the house. T. Brinkman's up next. Last but not least, I never decided to take a break, but for about a year, I just got involved in other things, music, sports, school, etc. But I found my way back after things slowed down. Too many new games, I might add. That was usually my dilemma too.
Yeah,
that was a big one for me too. That's what I ended up doing. I didn't ever stop playing games, consistently. But it was right around the time where all I had was a Wii, And
Ooh.
so I would come in and I would play, something goofy here and there. But at that time, I was also really into music, so I was going to a lot of concerts and band practices and stuff like that. So I was doing all that stuff. It was about like a 2-3 month time. But that's what I did. Like, it was on the side, and all of a sudden I came back, and I'm like, oh my god, I missed this, and I missed this, and I can play this now. Like, it was even better.
When I was living at Drexel, I didn't really play anything.
Oh, yeah.
That entire time for the most part. I remember Final Fantasy 12 came out in the first year I was at Drexel, and I came home and played that a little bit, but that was about it, really. So I'm with you there.
Crazy.
School took over for a little bit of time for me, and that was probably my longest hiatus from gaming.
I don't
What
find
about you, Greg?
myself.
Did you ever have a hiatus?
I don't find myself on hiatuses with gaming. I just find myself like usually I get into gaming ruts.
Is it what?
Like, does that make sense? Like, usually
Yeah, when
if
you're just
I
kind of
play-
like tired with them. you
yeah,
need a
like
break.
like
Yeah.
I'll get to the point where it's like, all right, here's another shooter, and I'm like, I don't want a shooter right now. Or sometimes I play too many indie titles to where I'm like, oh, I need to get away from a story game. Like, all I've been doing is crying lately, so
Yeah.
I need to play something else.
No,
No.
I can agree with that. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
That all you do is cry?
No, where I like just sometimes I'm just not in the mood. And it might last
Yeah.
like a week long, or maybe
Right.
even 2 weeks long. I'm just like,
Yeah,
there's nothing
I
I,
get
want to
that,
play
yeah.
right now. It's just
I'll just
everything's
watch
the same.
Netflix for like a week straight or something like
Yeah.
that. Like,
Yeah.
I do that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I've been on like a 15-year hiatus.
Yeah,
from
since
gaming.
Baldur's Gate 2, Dark Alliance.
We just talked about that yesterday.
Oh, no, it only does PlayStation. We talked about that, yeah. That was the
I
one
played
game
that.
you played.
I played that game all the way through too, and that was it.
At least
That
that's
was-
at least you can always remember those days fondly. It's like
That
the
was
one
one
thing
of-
you played.
That was one of the only games. That was one of the last gaming. I used to play Tony Hawk.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I played the Tony Hawk series.
You tried playing Skyrim.
I tried playing.
You got
Skyrim.
really pissed off because of how many plants you had to collect.
Yeah, fuck that.
And some tiger, like not
Fuck
tiger,
that.
but Tiger Man, killed you. Like
Oh,
when you
you got
got
killed
out of
by
the
a
game.
Khajiit?
It like took 5 seconds as Tiger Man killed him or whatever.
I need to give those another shot. If I were to play anything, it would be like Skyrim or what are the other
No,
ones?
I think you would like something like Arkham Knights, Batman.
Yeah, or the
Yeah,
Arkham
that's probably-
series. Well, I played. I shouldn't say that I haven't gamed. I finished like
Angry Birds doesn't count.
No, I finished like a third of the original Arkham.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do remember you played a little bit
Yeah,
of that.
yeah.
Spider-Man exclusively coming to PS4.
Yeah,
in
that
a
could be
year or
cool.
two. That's gonna be pretty cool. Same guys who did Ratchet and Clank are doing
Right.
that.
Yeah.
So that
Ratchet and
that's-
Clank's also a really good one.
Yeah, I even played that. I did play that. I played quite a bit
Yeah,
of
you
the
played a little Ratchet and Clank. You did, yeah.
Yeah.
The new one of the old one. The
Yeah, they like
remake.
remade it.
Yeah, one of the
It's,
newer
it's
ones.
really
I
good.
think.
Well, no.
The
They
new
just
one of the old
They
one.
just made a remake of the first.
That's what the
Ratchet
title
and
should have been.
Huh? The new
Ratchet
one
and
of
Clank,
the
the new one of the old one.
Yeah, that's pretty clever actually. I like that.
That's what the actual name is.
'Cause
The
it's real
Ratchet and
meta.
Clank, the
The
game based on the movie, based on the game.
Yeah, because they're all about being meta.
Yeah. Well, usually they're about sexual innuendos, actually.
Yeah, you're right.
Did you
I
read
know.
that article about how South Park came up with the fractured
Up your
butthole?
whatever, up your arsenal.
How
and
they
stuff?
came up with it? No.
Yeah, apparently they wanted to do something like having the word butthole
Yeah.
in the title, and they were like, "No, Ubisoft was like, no, you can't do that." So they're like, "Fine, fuck you, we'll do it a different way."
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. It makes you chuckle every time you say it. I remember during E3, every time they said it, the crowd would be like, "He said butthole."
Maybe the crowd we were doing
Nerds.
that.
Yeah. What was that? Were you gonna say something?
Said nerds.
Nerds.
No, but what was the last either movie or video game that tugged your heartstrings, made you cry?
Movie
Oh.
or well, Stranger Things got me pretty close.
Oh, don't tell me that. I don't want to freak
Oh,
out.
you haven't
I
got
had
emotional
that.
already?
I was gonna say
What?
I had that.
Like the third
feeling.
episode is pretty emotional.
Yeah.
I'll give you
Uh,
my 3 right now. Movie wise, actually no, I'm lying to you. It's
Everything?
more 2 shows. Stranger Things got me to cry.
Yeah.
I've been watching The Office, like I was saying, and the episode where Jim proposes to Pam at the gas station, bawling.
Have
Nice.
you seen the wedding episode yet?
No, I just got to that.
Oh, dude, just wait.
Oh, you haven't done the wedding
You are
yet.
going to cry your eyes
Oh,
out.
I'm
at the
so
wedding
far
episode.
ahead of you.
Just before I got to the show here, they just are all leaving for Niagara Falls. So I'm
Okay,
very-
yeah, you're
Oh,
almost
okay.
there. You're almost there.
Wow,
Um,
I'm way farther
and-
than you are.
and
I,
then the video game was Gone Home. That was
Yeah, Gone Home. killed you.
Yeah, I've heard things about that.
That got me too.
I haven't
that
played it yet.
ruined me. that game.
I watched Inside Out last night with this girl
Ah.
I'm seeing, and
Ah.
I had to hold it together during the one scene because she was just like a mess.
Bing Bong.
Yes. So yeah,
all know
everybody
Bing Bong.
knows what scene it was. But anyway, I had to hold it together. And after she left, I sobbed like a baby. And then today, I was telling Andrew about
After
this.
she left.
I did. I waited until after she left. And then today, when I was talking to Andrew about it, I was literally crying over it, just talking to him over the freaking phone. Well,
Yeah.
through text message.
That is a tough scene.
Dude, I was like, it took me a sec. I had to think about it. Once I started thinking about it, I was just like, dunzo.
The last thing that destroyed me was probably Lost.
Oh, don't even talk about that.
Yeah. Anthony could tell you about that. We watched the finale together, and you remember how much that destroyed me.
Oh, yeah, that destroyed us both.
Yeah.
Man.
If I could go back in time, I would go back to that moment, Drew.
Yeah. Dude, you should have seen me. I was a mess.
Because I never see you, like, to the point of, like, hysterics, and I feel like that show.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often that I get to that point, but Lost did it.
Yeah, I was like that today. It was pretty bad.
That's funny.
The Iron Giant always gets me, too,
Last
man.
of Us is mine.
Yeah, Last of Us got me.
I did that again recently.
The
And
Last
there
of
like a
Us
thing
was
that happened with
dirty.
Me and Danny, so it was just like, oh
Yeah.
my god.
I can understand why you connect with that, and
Yeah.
I probably
You're-
would more so now.
I was gonna say, have you done it?
I haven't
since-
played it since Evie was born.
Do it
but
and
I'm sure
do
it would.
go through the entire house as the daughter as long as you can,
Uh-huh.
and then do it and see what happens.
Yeah,
It's
man.
gonna be a different experience.
We have 70 people in the room. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to move on to our first commercial break, though, so stick around. We'll be back in approximately 60 seconds. Hold on tight. Job 32X. Welcome back, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 132. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you like what we're doing at any point, make sure to hit that follow button at twitch.tv/The Level Up Show, like One Track Gamers did. Thank you so much. We're up to 8,055. Is what it looks like right now. Follows out of 8,075, which is our next follow goal. If we get there, we'll do a level up dance for you guys. Thank you to Derek for hosting us. Thank you for donating. Thank you to everybody who has supported us tonight and got to spin the wheel of prizes.
What do we do the dance for again?
Dances are for hitting follow goals and sub goals.
Follow goals and sub goals.
Follow goals and sub goals. All right, let's do the first XSplit giveaway of the show. As I was saying, we have 10 3-month premium subscriptions to XSplit. It's a $35 value. We'll be giving them all away over the course of the next
So if you're a streamer,
months.
this is gonna be big for you.
So we're going to give away one now. We're going to give away one later on in the show. And I think what I'm going to do is 500 XP per ticket and unlimited tickets, as many as you want to buy.
Right.
And this is for, once again, a 3-month premium subscription to XSplit.
And again, this is, for those of you that stream on your PC and everything, it's going to be pretty handy for you. If you don't stream anything on your PC and you do it all through the PS4, it's going to be a waste. So,
it doesn't have to be gaming talk shows, though. It could be any type of streaming whatsoever.
But I'm just saying, if you only stream on the PS4, you might want to sit this one out, and give it to the people that actually use it.
Yeah.
We'll have other giveaways and everything that you can use your XP for.
All right, I'm going to make it max tickets 100 because nobody's going to buy that many. And when the timer runs out, we will have it close. Well, I'll just do it manually. All right, I think we're good. 100, 500. I hope this works. I haven't done this in a while. All right, did that go into the chat? It looks like it did. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to start I'll just let it run for a little bit, and I'll go back to it. All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Moving on, let's get into the level update. This is our weekly discussion of the week's biggest gaming industry news.
Yeah.
You're pretty close.
It was kind of
Not too far off.
He just decided to go with 3 notes and just hold them out as long as possible, so
'Cause
that
you-
it could be
yeah.
as close to it as
Yeah.
Like, he didn't even
Nailed
try.
it.
All right, let's start off with the biggest news story of the week, probably. Nintendo NX, we're finally getting leaked information. This comes courtesy mostly of Eurogamer, but a lot of other sites are also coming out and corroborating that information and adding on information. IGN's Joe Wicca Scrabbles
Hey,
writes,
Scribbles.
details appear to have leaked about the upcoming Nintendo NX console, saying that it is high-powered handheld, which can plug into a TV docking station,
What?
features 2 detachable controllers, will use cartridges, and is less powerful than current-gen hardware. Eurogamer, which claims a number of sources, says that Nintendo's pitch is simple, that you can take your games with you on the go. That's Born? Nice way to spell born. That's
Jason
born
Bourne.
out of the
a
report.
DJ.
Yes,
He loves the
out of
characters.
by the reported design, a high-powered handheld. Controls are attached to either side and can be detached as 2 smaller controllers for use in local multiplayer. IGN has also verified this information from a separate source. So
Wow.
once again, like, just all these sites are kind of using their inside source and be like, "Is this true?" And it seems like nobody is like shutting it down. Like nobody's saying, "No, your gamer's wrong. We heard differently." Everybody's like, "Yep, we heard the same thing." According to Eurogamer, the central processing will be handled in the handheld itself with a TV docking station into which the console can be plugged, seemingly providing only an external display and not the extra processing power that's been rumored for some time. That's pretty disappointing. As such, this doesn't seem to be quite the hybrid console many expected, although Eurogamer does say that the rumors of a return to cartridge-based physical games are true. Reportedly, the console will be powered by NVIDIA Tegra X1 mobile processors. In a separate article, Eurogamer's Digital Foundry says that the NX will beat the performance of last gen's Xbox 360 and PS3, but will be less powerful than the PS4.
Disgusting.
However, a separate and perhaps less reliable source tells Digital Foundry that the NX could actually use the upcoming Tegra X2 processor. The X2 is essentially an unknown quantity at this point, meaning there is a chance the NX could be more powerful than current information suggests. Let's hope.
Nope.
Like the Wii U previously, Eurogamer has been told that Nintendo isn't chasing graphical parity, but attempting to offer something different to the current console selection. Other rumors include the fact that the new console won't support backwards compatibility with older Nintendo games due to the change in processing hardware, and that an official unveiling could take place in September, coinciding with the Tokyo Game Show Expo ahead of its March 2017 launch.
Now that last part is most likely what I was expecting for the longest time.
Yeah.
That said, ew.
Ew.
Gross.
Here's the thing. If, when you connect it to the docking station, like kind of like the PSVR thing where it has extra processing power, if they can get that going, where once it's put onto your TV through this docking station, maybe then if it can really hit those PS4 Neo standards, that would be awesome. Like, that's the thing. So, like, will they do that as like a separate unit? Like, maybe you buy just the handheld, right? And it can hook up to your TV just fine. It has like a TV out, but it's going to look like a handheld game on your screen. Like a really good handheld game, but like a handheld game. And then they sell this docking station separately, which is like extra processing power so that you can achieve that next-gen quality that you desire.
My concern is how it's going to handle multiplayer games.
Yes, because Nintendo's very well known for being like the couch co-op guys, right? So how does this work? How much do these controllers cost, for instance?
It's funny because this is gross, and it's like I keep going back and forth inside my head because realistically, and I always go back to the traditional retail mindset of there's already a good you shouldn't be copying somebody else. Like when I started in retail, I worked at an appliance store, and it was like Best Buy's already a good Best Buy. Don't try to be them. Try to be yourself. We need to be our own company, and that's kind of what Nintendo's I think going for. They're trying to get that market that is in the same realm, but just do it by doing it a different way. And I respect that. But that said, I feel like they're really out of touch. Like they keep saying they want to get back this casual audience.
Yeah.
But we've talked about before, Wii was lightning in a bottle, and you cannot try to keep capitalizing on that.
That being said, we were talking about what would bring back the casuals, and we were like, probably mobile, right? And it sounds like that is the idea here. They're using Tegra, which is a mobile processing unit, and it sounds like already the rumors are, you're going to be able to put Pokemon Go on this thing.
Right.
You're going to bring the handheld anywhere with you. Pokemon Go's huge right now, obviously. I don't know if that's going to last. But I'm also seeing that people in the chat are not near as optimistic as I am when it comes to this extra processing power. Everybody's like, no chance.
Right.
It's just going to be a handheld on your big screen, pretty much. Right?
Right.
But, I mean, the Tegra is pretty strong, right?
I mean, it's strong enough. It's going to handle the games. You have people. Dean is one of is that perfect example. He gets it for a slew of a couple games. And that's actually what I would be getting it for.
Yeah.
You're getting it for Zelda. You're getting it for your version of Mario. You're getting it for Super Smash Brothers. And as long as you can handle those games, fine. We don't need the best graphic quality possible. They're all cartoonish that we want. We don't need this hyper realistic looking thing. The reason why, and someone said why gross, we haven't seen anything on it. The reason why I'm saying gross is because it doesn't feel like they already have something like the 3DS, and it sounds like they're trying to bridge that gap between why their 3DS is selling so well and why their Wii U isn't.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that. It's because certain games do well portable and others do not.
Yeah.
You saw that with a lot of things like Star Fox and everything like that, where it could have been okay, but it just wasn't. On the handheld. And there's a lot of things like that. Look at the Super Smash Brothers. It had the thought process was, all right, this will work well on a handheld, but it really didn't. It didn't deliver as much. It's still a fun game, but not nearly to the same extent. And I hope
I feel like we should try to acknowledge some of the potential pros and strengths of this scenario.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, first of all, the idea here is that handheld and console hybrid, essentially, not the hybrid we maybe thought it was going to be, but still to the extent that they are consolidating their efforts. Mm-hmm. Every handheld game is a console game. Every console game is a handheld game.
Right.
That means that Pokemon is now a console game.
Right.
The next one. potentially, right? And it's going to be a pretty, it's going to not be looking like a PS4 game, but still is going to be a much better looking game than these handheld ones that we've seen for so long.
Possibly.
So probably. I mean, like, a Tegra's not a small processor. It's not a weak processor. It's better than PS3. So we're going to see a late PS3 quality, maybe even better than that, Pokemon game potentially on Nintendo finally that you can play on your big screen and then bring right on the go with you.
Right,
So this is what the
idea.
Wii U should have been.
Right.
The Wii U, you were like, when we first saw that, we're like, oh, cool, we're going to like put it on our handheld and have this big screen and take it on the road with us.
Yeah.
It didn't turn out to be
No,
that.
it's like 10 feet in front of
It
your
sounds
TV,
like,
and
yeah,
that's it.
exactly. That was 10 feet. It sounds like this is that. This is where you
Right.
literally unplug it from the docking station or whatever, and you take it on the airplane with you, and you play these console quality games
Right.
on the go. That's a pretty cool idea.
And the other thing to stem off of that, of why that's a good idea, is look how excited everybody was, you and I included, for the Vita. You know, when we thought, okay, we'll be able to play a game at home and then continue it on the Vita, and then continue it again when we get back home.
Right.
They really push it with. I think it was. The only one I remember was the show. That's the only one I really remember them saying
Yeah.
that for. But they were trying to make it seem like a lot of games would have that feature. If this is true, this is going to have that. And and I agree. Like I said, there are benefits to it. It's just my negativity was towards what I didn't.
Yeah, I
want them to
understand.
get into.
It's easy to be negative right now on Nintendo. It kind of makes sense to be negative. It's just because what we've seen recently, and this isn't really a console design for me. I'm not
Right.
really I'm not really big into handhelds, first of all. I got a Vita because I'm big into Sony, and I wanted to support them in that way. And I enjoyed certain things that I played on it, but it turned out in the end, like, I'm just not into handheld. Like, I try, and it just never happens.
Right.
And that's going to be the same case here. And then on top of that, I so badly want Nintendo to put out a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see Zelda looking like a PS4 Neo game, like God
Right.
of War, but Zelda, like, as far as graphical power goes. And just every generation, it's like, damn it, like, they're not doing it again. Like, every time I want you to do it, and you won't do it. I understand why they're doing this, because casual is typically what worked well for them, at least with the Wii, and they really want to, as you said, capture that lightning in a bottle moment again. It's possible that this will be it, because I do think that they're giving themselves a better shot than the Wii U, that's for sure. And I'm going to wait and see.
No.
I think I'm being slightly optimistic on this one, actually.
Right, and Peter Vita brought up a good point as well. He said last time the machine was top loading with Super NES, it's all about Nintendo Magic with their games, and that's correct. The issue that we saw was with the Wii U, it seemed like they were stagnant. And when you have a company who's best known for their games, and for the fun out of that, and they can't seem to deliver too much in that end, besides their own in-house part, their in-house games, what faith should I have in this console? The biggest concern that I have is no one's going to want to support something that's going to have to be handheld and less powerful than what we currently have.
They're definitely setting themselves up again for third party not to support them.
Right, and that's an issue. Look how small the Wii U category is. Hell, you can walk into any store, whether it's a Best Buy or a GameStop or wherever you want to go, and look at the Wii U section, and it's smaller than the Vita section.
It's because Nintendo even stopped supporting the Wii U, and supposedly it's because they moved many Wii U games over to NX.
But that's still, even then, you don't have any third-party support at all.
We haven't heard from you, Greg, or Anthony, if he has anything to say. Greg, we'll start with you. How do you feel about these rumors?
Just like you were just mentioning recently, the third party support is what really gets me with their console, and that's the thing that Xbox got me to jump on was with the 360 generation, excuse me, not the Xbox One. With 360, it was like, okay, not only can I play their exclusive titles, but then I can play everything if I do want that option to play with my friends, etc. And with the Nintendo, I never have that option. I remember going through the friend code process one time, and I wanted to kill myself. And then their third-party games, like Mike said, I remember trying to track down, I think it was Mass Effect, on the Wii U for my cousin. He wanted to play the game. He had never played it before, and I was like, oh, let me get on Mass Effect 3. And it was like the Wii U Ultimate Edition, and I couldn't find one copy for the life of me. On Amazon, it ended up like upscaling the price like $150. I'm like, this is dumb. Like, I don't want to have to go out of my way to buy people even presents, even if I'm not shopping for the console. Like, it makes it difficult on everybody's end that way. And then look at what Drew said as well. Like, if I'm gonna play a Legend of Zelda game, like, I want it to be something like those Unreal Engine 4 demos that we saw, where they recreated like the Temple of Sand, or Link picking up the Master Sword for the first time. Like, those look to me so much better than anything they could ever make on something like this that we're reading about right now. Like,
I'm actually kind of concerned. Not concerned. I shouldn't say that, but I feel like Breath of the Wild. Is that the right
Yep.
title?
Yes. Yep.
I feel like that's actually not going to look any better on the NX than it does on the Wii U.
No, and I don't think it's gonna be drastically different. I feel like if it was going to look that much different, like they would have definitely specified that. I feel like it's almost like this weird, like they like to fit into this, like you said, they're trying to capture the lightning in the bottle moment, but they're never focusing on what everybody's asking them to do, and that's what pisses me off so much. They're so used to being in their little company and their little mindset and have their walls built up that they never listen to what the fans want. And I feel like if they listen to them, especially this time around, nobody wants a console right now that's going to be less powerful than the PS4 and the Xbox One. But, it's better than the PS3 and the 360 from 10 years back. Like, what? I don't want that.
They're
That's
just always a generation behind at this point,
Yeah.
it seems. And they're
It's just like, why?
actually pushing themselves towards that. It almost feels like they want to be
That's their
these guys that are
that's
generation
their,
behind.
That's their biggest problem is they've been obsolete forever now. Like in my opinion, like I don't even think of them like I would never buy one of their consoles because I'm not interested in playing games that aren't on like the cutting edge. You know what I mean? Because you're already dealing with the fact that you're not playing PC games. You know what I mean? And like you deal with that. Like you accept that because like, you want something with like the limitations. Like that's the whole point of like having a PS4 is they package something for you that's affordable.
Yeah, consoles are convenient.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's convenient, and like that's what Nintendo is like lost sight of the fact that they, like you said, they want these casual gamers as opposed to like, and they neglect hardcore gamers who
They
like
definitely sacrifice the convenience of like online infrastructure. Like
Yeah.
they just want to get this gimmick, really.
Yeah.
And to the point where even some of these inside sources and whatnot are saying,
Hey,
like,
Strike.
how did it feel when you played it? And the guy said it felt like a novelty.
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh god, like that's not what I want to hear.
That is
Novelty
such,
is not what I
that's
want to
such
hear.
No,
a,
I
like, ugh,
I
like,
wouldn't
such
get,
an
and
insult.
I never would get, even the games that I constantly get on the PS4 and any other console on the Wii U. I'm
Yeah.
not going to get the Wii U to play, Call of Duty or The Witcher or anything like that. I'm going to get it to play the Mario games, the Super Smash Brothers, the Mario Kart, Zelda, Metroid if we ever get it again, stuff like that. So I have no problem with that. It's just staying behind the times gives you no weight. Because a lot of times at Christmas, parents aren't buying multiple consoles. They're not in the mindset of saying, all right, well, my kid's going to want to play all these Nintendo games, but they're going to want to play all the other stuff that they can't play on this too. So here's $300 for this one, and $350 for this one will be good.
Yeah.
They're going to buy one or the other. And when you can't deliver the same amount of games as the other companies do, when they have such a huge catalog that you've neglected for the past 3 years already, you're pretty much shooting yourself in the foot.
To remember, man, even though he's joking, he's being sarcastic, but I wouldn't want it to be on high graphical quality because I want Super Mario to look like Uncharted or to be like this realistic looking thing. I want Super Mario to look like Ratchet and Clank on PS4. That's what I want Super Mario to look like. I want it to look like true Pixar quality graphics.
Look at what they did with Super Mario Galaxy.
That's what I mean, though. Like, if they could do
They went
that on
back
the Wii U...
almost. That's my problem. That's why I didn't like Super Mario World 3D or 3D World, because it felt like they took a step back.
Yeah.
Like go into the...
If they can make Galaxy
almost
look
sides-
that good, imagine what they could do on like really powerful hardware. Because
Right.
I mean, when you look at it, Nintendo games like Super Mario and whatnot, they can really push it because it's simplistic. It's very simplistic in most senses. So when you take that and you put it on super powerful PS4 hardware, you really could probably make a Pixar quality looking game.
And first of all, realistically, we do want that. Like everybody keeps bringing up Zelda, we do want that epic Zelda game.
Do we?
That's like on the cusp of being mature. You
No,
know what
I don't know. But see, that's the problem.
I think
that
they're
you're
actually doing
allowed-
that kind of.
Well, a little bit.
Breath
but-
of the Wild kind of is them taking that, not advice, but like everybody's like, we want Zelda to be Skyrim. Breath of the Wild is kind of that.
I think and they don't want it to be mature though. They want it to be Skyrim in the way of give us the amount of content. That
Yes.
it has. That's what the people were wanting. They didn't want it mature.
I would say
yeah,
Breath of the
I-
Wild
I-
looks
I do
more
want
mature
to.
as well,
I do
though.
want a hyper detailed game too.
Then play Skyrim or Witcher.
No,
or
because that isn't
Neverwinter,
Zelda.
But then
Because they're not
Zelda.
Zelda.
But that's the thing. Zelda is Zelda, and Skyrim is Skyrim. You can't say that you want something that's more like Skyrim out of Zelda, because then it won't be Zelda. It'll be more like Skyrim.
That being said, like I could see them doing that though, just because Zelda is a franchise where they try to innovate and change things up here and
Yes.
there. Whether it be Wind Waker, where it suddenly
Exactly.
went super.
That's what I'm
super
saying, it's
like,
super
cel-shaded.
Evident Harris said Yoshi's the Division.
Or Twilight Princess, where they went a little bit more on the darker side.
yeah.
They do
Right.
try and test around and experiment in that way. And I could see them just going like, all right, this time around, this iteration is going to be just all out
So you're just
mature.
going to cut the head off of Ganondorf at the end?
Who knows?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying mature. I'm saying like on the verge of like in between teen and mature.
And seriously, is that really
But yeah,
outside
I'm
the
with
realm of
you.
possibility? The end of Wind Waker, which you haven't played yet, he literally puts the sword through Ganon's skull.
Yeah.
Like at the end, he does a flip and jams it all the way through his forehead and comes out the back of his head. Like
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Well,
it's awesome.
there you
and
go,
it's
Mike.
freaking awesome. It's cell shaded, and obviously there's no blood
I'm
involved.
not alone in the chat. I'm just going to put that out there.
Even
It's not. There's no blood involved. or
God
anything
of
like that.
Wario is the best one I've seen so
God
far.
of Wario.
Even-
God
that
of
is
Wario.
quality. Can we give him? Can someone give him XP? Someone give him XP. I'll get you
It's-
back. I owe you.
Even the like simpler games though, like even like Yoshi or Kirby with like the yarn games, like imagine if those were in the same quality or level as like Sackboy from like Little Big Planet. Like even the simpler games, they could still do like realistic. I didn't mean to say like I want Zelda, but like with Nathan Drake. Like I don't want that at all. But
No, I
like
don't
if you
either.
look up like the Unreal Engine 4 demo of them rebuilding like the Temple of Time and the Temple of Sand and stuff like that, that's exactly what I want. I want like a hyper realized, still cartoony graphic, but like a hyper realized version of that. I don't want it to be like CGI on Link and like he's running around like an actor saying weird stuff all the
Yeah,
time.
that
Like, I
tech
don't need-
demo that they first revealed with the Wii U, that's
Yeah.
kind of what I've wanted them to do with Zelda.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and they haven't. I don't
I think
think
an epic Metroid would be
Oh
freaking
yeah, Epic,
awesome
Metroid
too.
would be great. Metroid is
If
one
you
of those
wanted
franchises
anything to
they
go
could do it
dark,
with.
Metroid would be the one that could go
Yeah, I'm
dark.
with you there. Definitely.
That would be the one I'd be like, all right, I can see this going. Let's do this. Let's.
The thing that sucks though is Mike is right. Like parents go into the store and like they aren't able to buy every console. So like I say all the time on the show, like it's crazy to my mind to come like somehow wrap around the idea that somebody's first game is The Last of Us or Uncharted 4. Like that's fucking crazy to me. But like imagine someone's first game being like fucking a weird NX title like that. I don't want that. Like that's not the impression I want video games to make on the world. Like we're finally getting to such a good point of like
Metroid
being realized
effect.
as a thing. Like I don't want that.
The chat is in full gear.
I love
now.
this. Do you remember
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah, that's kinda what's going on
That's
right now.
exactly what's going on right now.
We
and I
also
love it.
have over 80 people in the room. Thank you so much for
Yay.
joining us, guys. I'm going to say it right now. If
Yeah.
we get 100 people in the room, we haven't done giveaways. This is like the night of giveaways. Let's do a $10 PSN code. We haven't done one in a super long time. If we get 100 people in the room, we will give away a $10 PSN code tonight to one of our viewers in the chat. So
Speaking
share
of-
the show, guys. Get
and-
us on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, wherever you can. Try and bring in your friends who are also gamers, and we can build this community stronger.
The one thing you can say too is console developers. They think about how to make money because it's not the developers of games like they build around the console, right? But the idea is that like how much money does like a God of War or a Last of Us or like an Uncharted kind of make? Does that like did those make
Those
a
are
lot of money
phenomenal,
for
yeah.
consoles?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean,
they
it
sell
all comes down
consoles.
to...
Do they sell more than anything else like in a year to like these big games like kind of like your Star Trek Beyonds and like
It depends. I
your-
mean,
your
Grand Theft Auto is like the
Civil
biggest
Wars
right now.
and
Grand
stuff.
Theft Auto literally sold like, I want to say like 60,
Still
70
selling.
million units. It's crazy how much Grand Theft Auto has sold. But then you got like a God of War that usually sells around, I want to say like 8 million. You have to remember, if it's exclusive,
That's
it's
what I'm
not going to
saying.
sell as much.
Yeah,
It's not going to sell as much as a Call of Duty because Call of Duty is on 4 different consoles typically. That's going to sell 25, 30 million. You know, same with Battlefield. That's going to sell 20 million probably. Those are like the real big ones. Those huge third-party games that are on all platforms.
Yeah.
Those do
Activision
the
is
best.
also money hungry too, so they'll make Call of Duty for like GameCube still in order to sell copies of the game.
Yeah.
They make it on every single console still. It's retarded.
We got to move on though. It's the biggest story of the night though.
Yeah.
That's
We're
huge.
gonna do. I mean, people are saying we don't know what we're looking at. You're right. We don't. You know,
not
it's just,
yet.
it's an idea of concern that we had given what we've seen with the last three consoles. The last two consoles.
Yeah.
This is the third in a row. The Wii was not a great console.
Yeah.
No matter what anyone wants to say, the Wii U obviously isn't a great console. It's the weakest selling console to date. For
yeah,
Nintendo,
the
and
big three. It's the lowest selling of any
Didn't,
of them.
didn't
I am-
Dreamcast actually outsell it?
Dreamcast outsold it.
especially for gamers like you guys. Like I can like for
Right.
children, like buying for like kids.
So
is
it's
one
just
thing,
we don't have a lot to be confident in with that.
I mean, I was trying to make it clear though. I'm actually somewhat optimistic on this. I think it's a neat idea. I don't
Yeah.
think it's really directed at me.
Right, and that's the
but-
worry though, is because we are a decent amount of their audience.
Yeah.
I feel like they're kind of shutting away part of them to hopefully get these 5-6-year-olds that don't have a console.
I'm going to stay optimistic on the idea that this docking station is going to have a little bit of processing power to make it
hoping,
look
man.
better on your big screen.
And
I
out of
really
everything
hope
we're
they
saying,
do that.
out of everything we're saying too, like I know we've talked about the Nintendo NX. I feel like so much on the show this year, but like we all want Nintendo to do well. Like, we
Yeah.
don't want
Right,
them
that's
to
the other
die
thing.
and, like,
Dean was
crash
a
and
big
burn. Like,
fanboy. For
This
his
industry
old
is better when Nintendo's doing well.
yeah,
Yes.
100%. Like,
100%.
I talk about the NX like I'm never buying it, like Sony fanboy all the way. But like, if Nintendo comes out and they do fucking phenomenal, that's better for me. Like, that's only
The thing is, when
competition
you
for
look
Sony to do
at
better.
Nintendo, the only successful console they've had in like the last 5 consoles, not handhelds, but consoles,
N64?
is the Wii. No,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
the N64 only sold like 20-something million units.
Yeah, crazy.
20-something million units on the N64, 20-something million units on GameCube. Xbox that sold GameCube. Wii, 100-something
Neil,
million.
Neil,
But then
my-
going to Wii U after that, again, back to like 12
Yeah.
million.
But-
They're not doing well for a long time now.
But the N64 at that period of time, gaming hadn't exploded the way it has today.
Well,
right?
PlayStation really outsold N64. So PlayStation was the winner, clear winner for a long time. N60 and Nintendo just couldn't match them. Wii U was the exception to the rule. And then the Wii was the exception to the rule. That's the only time they've done really well in like 15 plus years. Nintendo, every other console is like not doing well, which is why a lot of people want them to go third party. Like, but that's the thing now. I don't know if that'll ever happen at this point because they're now merging handheld and console, and handheld has always done tremendously for Nintendo. So that's, I think, what they're going for here. That's their idea, is to make people buy this because it's the handheld, but then also, hey guys, it's also the console.
Yeah.
So you get to put it up on your big screen as well. What's up?
Call of Duck Hunt.
Call of Duck Hunt. All right, let's move on to the next topic here. Go ahead,
Yes, sir. Guys, a new month is approaching.
Mike. Yes.
Yeah.
With
Yay.
that come brand new free games for those of us with PS Plus and
Yay.
Xbox Gold Live.
Xbox
For-
Gold Live. I never heard
Xbox
it called
Gold
that.
Live, yeah. No, it's the new branch. They needed to rebrand because of their shoddy delivery
Nice.
so far.
Liked it.
This month, we got a couple weird ones. For the PS4, we're getting Tricky Towers. It's a new title from Weird Beard Games. It's a physics-based action puzzler and competing with friends, local multiplayer, and online multiplayer with 2 to 4 players. You're building a tower and some other shit that I'm not going to get into. We're also getting Rebel Galaxy. You're going to suit up and take command in a space combat action game from Double Damage. You're going to take helm of a massive destroyer as you make your reputation through trade by being a work-for-hire mercenary or swashbuckling pirate. That's actually right down my alley. I think I'm interested in that. I'm going to check that out.
Tricky Towers is
sure-
actually my kind of game.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tricky
I'll have to look
Towers,
into
I
it.
was going to
Hopefully
say.
it'll
I'm
be
more
good.
I'll be playing that one.
Also on PS3, you're going to get Yakuza 5.
That's huge.
That's actually a big one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
People are diehard for that game. You're also getting Retro / Grade for PS3.
Okay.
Also, on the Vita,
Yes!
Patapon.
Patapon.
You like that game, right?
Yeah, it's a good game.
That was a
I
big
love
game for you.
Patapon.
Also on the Vita, PS3, and PS4, you're getting Ultratron. Now, over on Xbox, Major Nelson has written that on Xbox One, Xbox Live Gold members there. Fuck you.
There you
See?
go. Xbox Live Gold members.
Can download Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate for free during the entire month of August. Then WWE 2K16 will be available as a free download from August 16th to September 15th. Now, as confusing as those dates may be, that's probably one of the strongest deliveries that Microsoft has come out with.
Yeah, WWE. I'm sure our
And
chat
even
room would
Warriors
be
Orochi.
very fond of that.
Those are both pretty big ones.
Kind of looks like Dynasty Warriors. I've never heard of it, to be honest.
It's not a small game by any means.
No.
There are people it has a huge following actually. So both those games being delivered when we're getting something about Tower and something about being a space pirate is actually a pretty good month for them.
I heard Rebel Galaxy's pretty awesome, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna-
Rebel
like I said, I'm
Galaxy is
gonna-
a new
I'm
one,
gonna get
too.
into that.
That's releasing free with PlayStation Plus for the first time.
Yeah,
On
it's okay.
Xbox 360, starting on Friday, August 1st. Is Friday August 1st?
Yep. No. Wait,
No,
August 1st is like
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow's
Tomorrow's
August
Monday.
1st.
Holy crap.
That's weird.
Major
Otherwise-
Nelson has the wrong calendar in front of him.
Yes, clearly.
But on August 1st, which is tomorrow, or Tuesday, I think, Spelunky will be available for free on Xbox Live through the 15th of August. And then on the 16th, you can then get Beyond Good and Evil. Something I'm also pretty jealous of, because if you do have that older console, that was a great game.
I think that might have been a PS Plus offering already.
Yeah,
though.
that was free. That was free like months.
Yeah, I'm
Was
pretty
it?
sure that
like
was. Yeah.
years even,
Oh, that's
yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
But, that said,
So solid
We now
month
get
for
to vote.
Xbox.
Yeah.
what are you guys most excited for? Greg is going to put a poll into the chat for us.
You already did, yeah.
There it is. Which are you most excited for? Tricky Towers, Rebel Galaxy, Warriors Orochi, or 2K16 from WWE?
Obviously, we have to stick to PS4 and Xbox One. We can't put every selection on there. We're limited to 4. But of the PS4 and Xbox One, let us know what you guys are most excited for.
Yes, sir.
Thank you to a few follows that we just got. We're getting some new people in the room tonight, which is awesome. We had
And thank you for those that are hosting us. I feel like that's
Yes.
helping a lot too.
Cottrell217, Admiral Pizza Man, and Titus the Dragon, or Titus the Dragon. I say Titus because I'm a Final Fantasy X fan. And for the longest time, my AOL username was Titus135.
I like that username. Why 135?
No idea at this point. There probably was a reason for it back then, but I don't remember what it was.
Did you not
I didn't know
like
if it was
even numbers?
significant.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't remember. But
I
one
pretty
you?
remember that.
yes, we're gonna move on to our next topic, of course. I would give this to you, Anthony. But wait, what is that?
Oh man.
I kind of was hoping Dean was here because I was gonna try and fool him actually this time.
Right.
But I didn't have a chance.
I'll be ready!
I gotta lower my voice. I can't hear you.
Oh, don't you feel
I feel like it's doing worse.
Forever and always, I'm always here.
I'm gonna give you credit. You've actually improved on your vocals.
Thank you.
I'm not
You've
gonna lie.
actually-
I feel like you've been on The Voice since doing Delay Watch.
Yeah,
Like, it sounds
have
really
you been
good.
practicing?
I have been.
You're not off key nearly as often.
Yay.
Team Christina would be honored to have you.
All right, so this is not really a game delay. It's kind of a device delay, but Pokemon Go Plus.
Wow.
has been delayed.
No.
Polygon writes, the release of the Pokemon Go Plus, Nintendo's wearable accessory for Pokemon Go, has been pushed
Oh,
back to
Lord,
September,
man.
the company announced today on Twitter. Nintendo
Dirty.
originally planned to release the Pokemon Go Plus in late July. The game, which is free to play, of course, launched earlier this month. The company did not give a reason for the delay, but an educated guess is that the phenomenal success of Pokemon Go caused Nintendo to take more time to make enough units to meet the demand for the peripheral. While the game is developed by Niantic Labs, Nintendo is producing and distributing the Pokemon Go Plus, which is compatible with both the Android and iOS versions of Pokemon Go, will cost $34.99. It's kind of steep. It is designed to allow people to play the game without having their smartphone out. The Bluetooth-based unit, which can be worn as a pin or with a wrist strap, lights up when Pokemon and Pokestops are nearby. Is that all it does?
Yeah,
It's a
pretty
really
much-
good process, and the only reason why it's a good accessory is because the Pokemon Go app, having it up on your phone, physically drains your battery. Like, if you put it up on your phone, you see the percentage literally dwindle.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as bad for me with the S Plus. It doesn't actually do it nearly as bad, but I do know it does drop down drastically. What it does is, I don't know if you saw the video, it has like a little light on
Yeah.
it, so it actually will let you know when there's something, so you can hit the button, and if it catches it, it does one thing. If it doesn't, you hit the button again and it tries it again. So I was hoping actually at first, when I saw that was delayed, that they were going to add more features to it. I was hoping they were going to make it like an actual step counter pedometer, but it's not. It's nothing like that at all. Like, I hope they were going to do more with it. So all it is just something so you don't have to take your phone.
It's $35 for Blinky Light that
Yeah,
tells you when
essentially.
you're near Pokemon and Pokemon
Yeah,
stops.
it's pretty bullshit.
It's that's. I don't,
So
I hope
did you
there's more to
hear-
it than that. Oh, we still have our Raphael. Nobody
Raphael.
Raphael. Nobody really took part in it.
Yeah, there's
though.
only a couple people that really wanted it.
Okay, that's fine. Let's close off the raffle here and draw the winner. It is. Oh, I guess I have to close it first. Okay, now I draw the winner. It is Hids.
There you
Yay.
go,
It
bud.
was donated today, so I feel like that's appropriate. Hids, I will message you on Twitch if that's okay. If you have a preferable method other than that, like Twitter, let us know your Twitter in the chat. Greg, if you see him posted,
Yeah.
please note it to the side. But
On
Hids,
it.
I will find some way to direct message you the XSplit premium code.
Also, Rammerman TV, the PS Plus free games will start August 2nd, so it'll be this Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to reveal the poll results for our last question.
I was just about to ask you to. Thank you, Greg.
Yeah, no worries.
So we're asking you guys about your most anticipated when it comes to PS Plus and Xbox Gold. We had 5 for Tricky Towers. That's what I'm excited for, too. We had 2 for Rebel Galaxy, 2 for Warriors Orochi 3, and we had 2 votes for WWE 2K16. So pretty split.
Tricky Towers.
But
seems
Tricky
to be
Towers
the-
in the lead, yeah.
Tricky
I guess I'm
Towers
in
is
the mood
my
for a
my
fun
most
puzzle
excited.
game.
Yeah, me too. I'm very excited for Tricky Towers. I'm excited
This
for
looks
that
like
one.
a Tetris type thing. I'm
Yeah,
down for
that's
that.
exactly what I was thinking. Tetrisy. Next up, guys, we have a great story for Greg
Yes, we
this
do.
week.
Yeah,
A live-action adaptation of Life is Strange, the digital series, is currently being developed. What? The
Yawn.
Life is Strange blog, right? Okay,
No.
that made me sick. The Life is Strange blog writes, we're super excited to announce that we're teaming up with Legendary Digital Studios and DJ2 to develop a digital series based on Life is Strange. Much like many of you, both Legendary and we here at Square Enix and Don't Not agree that Life is Strange lends itself perfectly to the live action imaginations. While we can't wait to see what Legendary will do with the digital series, we don't have any further details to share at this point in time. So, of course, we have a poll to go with this question for you kids. Putting that in the chat room now for you. Who do you think should play Max Caulfield? We have Chloe Grace Moretz. Why? Shailene Woodley. I'm a fan. Elle Fanning. Okay. Bella Thorne. I'm also a fan.
I'll go with Bella Thorne personally.
Bella Thorne, I think, is out of this list probably my top pick.
Yeah,
I also
Dude, the
voted
Duff was awesome.
The Duff.
Shailene Woodley.
Yeah, she was in it.
I never even heard
There
of
was a
that.
movie called The Duff. It was something about like an ugly friend or something like that.
Okay.
Designated ugly
And Bella
fat.
Thorne played the popular girl.
Okay. See, now I'm more thinking of Bella Thorne when she's not all made up. If you can find pictures online of her when she's like more,
I had to look at this.
you
I'll
know,
try to
just kind
post one
of
in the
laid
chat.
back looking, that looks a
post one in
lot like Max Caulfield to me.
Dude, she's super duper attractive.
She's very pretty, and so is Max. Max is pretty. She just isn't like dolled up. She's kind of wears no makeup at all, from what you can tell. It seems, right? Would you agree with that, Greg?
Yeah, 100%. I really like her just as a person, too, like in interviews and stuff. She's such like a down-to-earth, cool girl.
Yeah. But what about Chloe? I couldn't make two polls, so we chose with Max Caulfield. But who would you want to play Chloe? I have no idea who I want to play Chloe.
Natalie Portman.
A little old. I feel like she's got to be in that like 18 to 22 range. Like,
Yeah,
as an actress.
she's definitely got to be younger then, especially if
Who
we're
was
going to
that
pick
third
Bella
option?
Thorne. Is Bella Thorne our vote for our official Max Caulfield?
I would
Yeah.
say Bella Thorne is my pick. Yeah.
Out of these
Who's
four,
the third
Bella Thorne.
option?
Elle Fanning.
Elle Fanning would be really good.
Elle Fanning's a very good actress.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
She's probably a better actress than Bella Thorne.
She probably is. Yeah, I will agree with that. I'm more going off the look, I guess.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't. I see
You don't think-
Bella more as rather than Elle.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I really have nothing for Chloe. I'm hoping the chat has some suggestions because I can't think of anything for Chloe.
I'm gonna look
I
stuff
mean,
up.
the thing is, like, you want to automatically think of somebody like kind of grungy, but they can just make anybody look grungy. So
Julia Stiles.
No,
Julia Stiles.
whatever.
He's the younger.
Isn't she dead?
Pamela
What?
Anderson.
No.
nobody's
thing is-
taking this seriously.
The last thing I saw Julia Stiles in was the Bourne trilogy.
For me, it
Yeah,
was
she's in the
Dexter,
current one.
season 5. I haven't seen her in forever.
Wait, from what? Oh, from Dexter. Oh my God!
what about
As
Keira
what's her
Knightley?
face?
Keira Knightley, too old.
As Lumens, Drew. I
Yeah.
loved her as Lumens.
Dude,
Oh.
she has a lot of range. She could play Cable.
I feel like she was also in. Was it with Jennifer Lawrence? Was she in Silver Linings Playbook? Was that Julia Stiles
No,
I know Mike got the joke.
who played the sister?
No, that wasn't Julia Stiles.
Dude,
I
by
know
the
who
way,
you're talking about. Though.
Deadpool.
I thought that was
again.
Julia Stiles.
Have you watched Deadpool
Yeah,
more
yeah.
than once?
I'm looking that up too, Joe.
Freaking
I don't think it was
rocks,
her.
dude.
I love it.
It's so
Your
good.
average slate says Chloe Sevigny when younger. I have no idea who that even is.
Oh,
Hey, what about Maisie Williams for Max?
For Max?
Andrew? Chloe
Possible.
Sevigny is from the girl from Shattered Glass, the blonde.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
I'm trying to think of what else she's been in.
Ashley Johnson as Ellie. What? Okay, that makes no sense whatsoever.
Oh my God, Drew,
I was trying to
that
think of
was-
Ashley Johnson as Chloe, and that just doesn't work.
And Drew,
Betty
that was
White.
Julia Stiles as Veronica in Silver Linings.
Yeah, I thought so.
Wow.
Okay, well, I got nothing when it comes to Chloe.
I'm looking
But-
up actresses for Chloe. I'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah, well, we'll have to keep going on that one.
Rosario Dawson.
You guys are the
No,
worst.
what, Michael? No, I can't.
No.
No.
I voted Ellen Page for Max originally in this vote, but Drew told me that she was too old for
She's like
it.
33
Definitely
years
too
old, dude.
I'm
Because
over
there's the
it.
difference. I'm obviously kidding. You were 100% serious.
Yeah,
Well,
Max
first of
Caulfield,
all,
I think
Ellen
is supposed to
Page
be
is
18 years
already in the LGBT community, number one, and then
What
number
does that have
two,
to do with it?
if she cuts her hair short, she looks exactly like Max.
Well, first of all,
Literally-
Max doesn't have to be lesbian.
Yes, she does.
No, she doesn't.
No, because in the
There's
in
a
the true
choice.
ending of the game, it doesn't matter.
Well, no, it's a friendship
No,
in the end.
well,
but-
yeah, you can either choose to make her straight or gay in the game.
Yeah. I think everybody makes her gay, but still.
Yeah, because who wouldn't?
Oh my god.
Because who wouldn't? I think there's some people that wouldn't. But I'm just saying, like, as far as the story is presented in the game, like, you clearly want to push her towards Chloe.
Drew, who would play Kate? The girl that they make fun of all the time who almost kills herself?
Oh, wow. We're going deep now. I don't know, man. I can't even figure out Chloe. Why do you think I'm going to figure out Kate?
I don't know, because I just wanted somebody to pick a person for Kate, just because it's Kate. I feel
Chat, get on it. Clearly, they're going to go with somebody that doesn't fit at all, though.
or the fat girl.
Helen
somebody give me
Mirren.
the-
There you go.
Helen Mirren.
Oh my God! What? Now we're just getting crazy.
The fat chick that always
gets
is,
hit
like,
by a football and stuff.
Yeah, she always have to save her.
Alyssa.
Peter Vita
she's
has the best
she's my
one.
girl.
B. Arthur.
B. Arthur. Is she still alive?
Yeah.
Oh, Tara Reid. I like
Tara Reid died, right? That's
No.
No, not yet.
Somehow she survived.
No,
Who's
she's
the
in the
one-
new Sharknado.
Who's the one that died? That was in Uptown Girls. No, Brittany Murphy. Is that her?
Brittany Murphy died.
yeah,
Yeah.
Brett
I feel like we're
I
being
knew-
really insensitive now.
We
I knew
are.
someone died. I just didn't know which actress died.
All right,
Paul
well,
Walker.
Keep going with the poll, guys. We're going to move on to our trailer of the week, and this is a really, really cool one. I saw this yesterday.
This is awesome.
Now, I want to preface this trailer by telling you guys something very important. Keep in mind that this game was produced and developed by one person
In how long?
for 2 years.
Just 2
This-
years.
One person, 2 years, made this. Check it out. Very, very cool.
Melissa McCarthy.
His name is Yang Bing. I think he's from Korea.
They're not
He
even.
had literally one YouTube sub when he put out this video. He now has like 6,000.
Yeah.
The dream again.
Better this time.
Well, it's time to resume our journey.
The war.
Now, what I'm very curious about is, like, did he
Ended
make
10
the
years ago.
music? Because the music's actually pretty
now-
epic.
I love the
A
music.
new one has come. Between human and the unknown monsters.
I hope he decides to kickstart it now. Because if he did, he's going to get a lot of support. Everybody's jumping on this. Like,
You're gonna see in a second, but it feels very Final Fantasy 15.
look at this world he built.
The combat gets crazy.
Yeah, wait until you see the combat. That's what really blew me away.
That's
If you
what- that's what
if
blew
you're
me
using Unreal Engine, obviously you can make some pretty cool graphics if you take the time. But
I
then,
want to know what the deal is with the lost track.
yeah, but then you see the combat here.
One guy.
And yet, you still get the same shit.
Like, how the heck do you do this?
It's crazy. The color palette is insane. Now that I'm listening to the music again, Drew, you're totally right. The music is awesome too.
And it looks tough too.
Yeah,
It doesn't look like it's easy, an easy game.
yeah, you need to like figure out the system. Now I had to cut the trailer short, unfortunately.
Yeah, because it's a long trailer.
It's about-
like 6 minutes. Isn't
It's
it?
about 5 minutes and 30
Just
seconds
for
long,
sake
so I
of
took out the last half of it and just moved on to the credits. But check out the full trailer. Go to the guy's site. As I said, his name is Yang Bing. I'm pretty sure he's on YouTube. You can find him on Twitter as well. That's another thing. He had like 10 Twitter followers, and then now he's got like, I don't even know, probably thousands, I bet. So good on that guy. He deserves all the attention he's getting. Like, that is a lot of talent and time that went into that.
Is that on YouTube?
That's on YouTube.
How many
right
views is that on YouTube?
there. It's got like,
I'm gonna
I
tell
think
you
100
1
something
second.
thousand now.
P.S.
Yeah.
Kids, I found our Chloe for Life is Strange. I'm putting her in the chat room now. That's the link. Her name is Lucy Hale. She's from Pretty Little Liars.
Ah, Lucy Hill.
Lucy
So
Hale.
how many views do you think it has?
I think he probably has over 100,000.
Yeah, Lucy Hale's cute.
He has 355,000.
355,000 views already? Wow.
It has, wait, hold on, get this, 78 dislikes,
Holy
Uh-huh.
crap, she doesn't scream for it.
14,000 likes.
That's
yeah, that's
insane.
fucking crazy, dude. Good for
And
him, though.
he
I'm
has
happy he got
6,000 followers
recognized.
now.
Good for him, man.
Yeah, I forgot
Get
she
on
was in
Kickstart,
this
dude,
before.
as
Yep.
soon as possible.
Yeah, I don't know why that's not already a thing. You would imagine like that would have happened like immediately after this reaction to the video.
Like, I don't know if he realized like what he has on his hands here. Like,
I don't think he does either.
like
Maybe
as
he just
everybody's
doesn't know
saying
what
in the
English
chat,
is.
like I've seen it so many times now. DMC meets Final Fantasy meets Ninja Gaiden, like. And he even admitted, like, when he started making it, he was just trying to recreate Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah,
like,
he said he got really inspired by the
Yeah.
first trailer we got a couple years ago.
Yeah, he just like was having fun, like wanted to recreate Final Fantasy 15 within Unreal Engine, and then he just kept going with it and created this whole world and these characters and this combat system. And now it's like its own thing that looks really, really cool, and I would play it. And it might be the first thing I would ever kickstart. Actually, I would be willing to put down like $10, $15 on that thing just to help him out.
And now that the whole thing's over, yeah, I would 100% get behind Lucy Hale. I actually
Isn't
really
she
like her.
perfect for Chloe, especially with that picture of her with the short
Either
hair?
one of them, because she can actually play. I can see her playing both roles pretty damn well.
I don't want her as Max just because of the way I've seen her in the last season of Pretty Little Liars recently. She's playing like this deranged girl. She's been tortured in the show now.
Yeah.
And now she's playing like kind of like a crazy like isolated girl, and I totally see her as Chloe now that I thought of it.
Yeah.
The one thing that bothers me maybe is I'm pretty sure Bella Thorne is pretty tall.
Yeah.
And it looked like
Oh,
Lucy
and
Hale
Lucy
is
Hale's
short. And
really
I'm
short.
very used to Chloe being the tall one.
Maisie
Yeah.
Williams.
Yeah, so
Maisie Williams.
that might bother me a little bit, but I would get over it. The thing is, they're probably not going to go with any big name actresses because this is going to be like a TV series.
That's why I was thinking Lucy Hale more so than Bella Thorne, because Lucy Hale is only like the biggest thing she's done is ABC Family.
Yeah, Bella Thorne isn't too big either, though.
She was in Scream 4. I don't remember.
Yeah, I
her
don't
in
remember her
Scream
being
4.
that. I remember her in How I Met Your Mother. That's it.
Wait, who was Bella Thorne?
No, Lucy.
No,
Hale.
Lucy
Oh,
Hale.
okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say
Lucy Hale is what's her name's sister?
Robin.
Yeah.
Robin's sister.
Oh, okay. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So when
Pretty
they go to
pretty.
the Empire State Building and Ted tries to impress her.
Yeah, I remember that now. Okay. When I think of Bella Thorne, I think of that Adam Sandler movie where he goes to like Africa.
Yes.
What is that
With,
called?
fuck. What is
With
that
Drew
movie?
Barrymore, the girl that we hate
Yes.
so much.
The one with the kangaroo?
Yeah.
Kangaroo
Ah.
Jack?
No.
Oh, not Kangaroo
Jack. Where did that come from?
I don't
Is
know.
it-
He said
just
something-
not
I
just
don't know.
go with it. That's the one with Brooklyn Decker. Adam Sandler.
Decker.
Fuck. What is it called?
Yeah, please. You got to do
I'm
it right
looking it
now.
up.
Figure it out.
Oh, is that the one where
With
like, they keep running into
the
each
guy
other?
from the Old Spice commercials, and he's the black dancer and all the
Yeah.
scenes.
Terry Crews?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I agree.
I want to say like
Blended,
coupled.
blended.
What was it?
Blended.
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 Is that the one where they keep like running into each other, right?
No,
Yeah.
why? Stop it. No.
Greg.
That's the one where she keeps losing her memory, right? And they keep going on the same date? No.
Is it
Greg.
the one where,
Where Adam Sandler
Rob
plays
Starr has to
golf?
play the carrot?
Is it the one where he's a wedding singer?
Greg, what's the name of the daughter's name? He gives her a name. It's freaking hilarious.
In Blended.
Boo Boo Kitty Fuck?
Yeah, and Blended.
It's Jay and Silent Bob.
Ugh.
Remember, he gives the daughter a silly
I know
name.
the-
While we discuss this, we're going to move on to the second
up to.
commercial break of the show, guys. Hold on tight. Silent Killer. We'll be back in approximately 60 seconds. Welcome back, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 132. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you like what we're doing at any point, please make sure to follow the show like Titus the Dragon did, or Titus the Dragon, however you say it. Really appreciate your follow. Also appreciate all the donations, all of the resubs. If you guys want to get a wheel spin, come on down, just hit that sub button, hit that resub button, donate $10 or more, become a patron. All those things will get you a wheel spin, and you could be in the running to get a $10 PSN code through the wheel.
And 5 more subs so you guys get brand new emojis.
Yes.
That's a
And
big thing for
if
me.
we can get to 100 people in the room, even though we dropped down a little bit, if we get to 100 people in the room tonight, we will also give out a $10 PSN code. So share the show, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, wherever you can. And if you can get 100 people in here, we will do that. Also,
Before
we
we start-
activated the second XSplit code giveaway. It's in the chat right now. So please... if you are interested in becoming a streamer, it is a 3-month premium subscription. XSplit is a $35 value. I really suggest trying it out. XSplit is awesome, especially the premium version.
Before we start Level Update Part 2, I'm revealing the poll results for the Life is Strange casting.
Yes,
That was
good
part
idea.
1?
Yes, that was part 1.
Dear God.
Did anybody vote? Actually, the only people that voted were 5, and it was all for Bella Thorne.
I feel like Chloe Grace Moretz should never play another role ever again in her life. I hate her.
What is your disdain for her? Because I actually really like her.
Yeah, I'm not that crazy about her
Did
anymore,
anybody
but-
see the movie Let It Go?
No.
No, I heard it was bad though.
Oh my god, it was the worst!
The thing is, like, everybody that likes Chloe Grace Moretz is like she was Hit Girl, and they don't look at any of the stuff she's done
Thank you,
since.
Drew. Thank you.
Yeah,
Everyone's like,
she
oh,
hasn't
Hit
really
Girl.
done anything
All of her
good
other
since,
roles that
Hit
really
Girl.
can suck on my balls.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
I'm trying
It
to
wasn't
think
Let It
about
Go.
it, like-
That's the
Hell,
first
even Kick-Ass
song.
2
I think
kinda
it was Let Me Stay.
let me stay. Even like the other thing that I can say I liked her in kind of was 30 Rock, but she only had like a very small part in that for a couple episodes. But otherwise, yeah, I'm not really a big fan of her either.
The way
The
Drew
Fifth Weave
feels
was
about-
horrible.
The way that you feel about Drew Barrymore is the way I feel about Chloe Grace Moretz. Her face annoys me. I just can't.
So it's kind of like my.
That's serious then, because I can't stand.
Like,
it.
it's kind of
I
like
have
Julia
nothing
Roberts.
against Drew Barrymore. What the hell? is
Julia
wrong with
Roberts?
Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, we've already had this conversation.
Julia Roberts has a big mouth.
I hate Julia
literally.
Roberts.
It's a
Barry-
big
I mean-
mouth. A lot of teeth in there.
No, the worst actress ever is.
A very bad teeth to gum ratio.
Yeah,
Yes.
Tia Leone's the worst.
Tia Leone
I
is the worst.
fucking hate Tia Leone.
What about guys wise? Like, who are your most hated guys?
We've actually tried to have this conversation. We can't. We
The
don't
most
realize that we're
hated
sexist.
guy actors.
Oh, I know one for me. It's that guy from the Twilight movies, not Robert Pattinson, but he was also from that
Oh,
MMA movie.
The werewolf
He-
kid.
Yeah, he sucks at
Oh,
it.
Taylor
I can't
Lautner?
stand that guy's face.
I can't
Taylor
stand
Lautner,
that
Drew?
guy's face.
He does have a punchable face.
He has a punchable face, man. Can't
Punchable.
stand that guy. I feel like we need to not be sexist here, and we all have to say one guy
Yeah,
we
but I
can't
don't
stand.
know of one.
You're right.
I'm sure there are many.
Yeah, it's hard to think of one. Drew Barrymore is like my one.
I have
female.
nothing against Drew
Can't stand
Barrymore.
her.
She's fine.
It's really awful.
What is wrong
I
with
don't
you?
want to say that her face is slappable.
What's wrong
my
with you?
God.
It's just one of those things.
I
It's the same way some
apologize to my
guys' faces are
brother here.
punchable. No, it's like sometimes you look at somebody's face, it's like, I just want to punch your face.
We already had.
But
an
obviously, I'm
entire
not going to punch a
episode-
woman in the
Right.
I
face.
can't.
So.
This conversation's my favorite.
Andrew, this is getting bad for you right now.
I've talked about this many
Yeah,
times before on
this
this
is the
show.
first- this is the
People
first
know
time.
how I feel about Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
I don't hide it.
We'll never
It's just
interview her
Barrymore
on
and
our
breakfast
show.
food.
If I saw her in
Or
person,
Andrew
I would be
Bain
very
Andrew.
sweet to her, and I'd be very
The
kind,
only-
and I'd be like, I liked you in Wedding Singer and all, but yeah.
Yeah,
No, the only
maybe-
actress I would slap in the face would be Tia Leone, and I would say this is for Jurassic Park 3.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Big Gamer, yes, the actor that Drew hates is Shark Boy from Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Shark Boy. What is that kid's name?
I don't
Taylor
remember.
Taylor Lautner.
Taylor
Wait, no, that's
Lautner.
not who I'm talking about.
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
Oh,
Taylor
who are you talking
Lautner.
No. I'm talking about the vampire in Twilight. The
That's
bad
from-
vampire in the first Twilight that was also in that MMA
Oh,
movie.
yeah, I know who you're talking
He's, like,
about
blonde.
now. Yeah.
Oh,
Was he the
wow.
With the
douchebag from Accepted?
ponytail.
What was
Never
that?
The
mind.
douchebag from Accepted.
Maybe.
The
He's a
douchebag with the
douchebag.
ponytail.
He looks like a douchebag. He is a douchebag. There's no way that guy in real life is not a douchebag.
I'm looking him up right now.
When we came back, we said we were going to pick up the paces, but clearly that didn't happen. All right, let's move on here. XSplit code giveaway is active. Don't forget, guys. Please take part in the XSplit code giveaway if you can. Let me make sure people are actually doing that. All right, I'm going to restart it because it probably nobody saw it.
Justin Long.
I restarted it. Did it go into the chat? There it is. Please, guys, 500 XP. You can take as many tickets as you want to be a part of the XSplit code giveaway for a 3-month premium subscription. It's in the chat right now. Just do what it says. All right.
Just do what it says.
Do what it says. Moving on. PlayStation accounts for vast majority of Sony's Q1 profits. IGN's Matt Porter writes, Sony reported the results of its Q1 financials yesterday, and gaming is carrying the company forward in a big way. According to VentureBeat, in the first fiscal quarter, Sony generated $3.2 billion in revenue from its game and network services division. This is up 14.5% from the same period last year, and the division's operating income was $427 million, a huge 126.3% spike since last year. Gaming made up 78% of Sony's $546 million quarterly profit total. The company pointed out that the increase is mainly due to games rather than hardware sales. However, the company has also been helped by reduced manufacturing costs for the PlayStation 4. That said, Sony's overall financials are actually down 10.8% year over year to $15.7 billion, while profits took a 42% dive to $546 million. In addition, the company has reduced its estimate for its full year revenue down $15.35 billion from $16.2 billion. Sony cites the Kumamoto earthquake and declines in smartphone, life insurance, and semiconductor sales as reasons for the decline. The gaming section is managing to offset these other businesses at the moment. That's what's
amazing.
crazy, is for 78% of it to be taken up by gaming, and for there to be a freaking 126.3% spike, and then still to be down overall.
Yeah.
Man, they are invested in PlayStation right now.
Oh,
They
absolutely.
need PlayStation to stay successful, or Sony's in trouble.
Side note real quick, and I always forget about this, and it comes up with a couple people I know. Can you imagine when someone asks you who you have for life insurance, you say Sony?
I didn't even know they were involved in life insurance.
Oh, they're huge.
That is new information.
You know what's crazy is companies like this, like Samsung is the same way, LG is the same
That's
way, all
him.
these
Camp
Asian companies.
Ganjit.
Cam Ganganjit.
Yeah, Drew, I'm
Um,
pasting. Is this the guy I'm posting the picture for his IMDb page? Let me know if that's the definite.
Oh.
one.
I'm gonna open it up real quick.
Okay.
Andrew's.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's the guy. I want to
Okay.
punch him. I want to punch him in the face
Cam Gigadan.
right now. His face is so punchable.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
All right.
Love it.
Moving on.
This is my favorite Andrew right here.
So yeah,
my
that's so good on PlayStation Division. I'm very happy that it's doing so well because that's good for us. Obviously, that means they're going to be investing in PlayStation and making sure that it still does well. But I'm kind of worried for the rest of Sony as a result.
Yeah, I mean they haven't been doing well for a long time.
Hope they can come back.
It's not anything mysterious.
No, it's not really new.
Strife Girl, that's an extremely punchable man, apparently.
Yeah, it's very punchable in the face.
I know the man. I know the actor for me now. The guy from True Blood that dated the redhead.
Oh.
Woody Harrelson?
I know you're
No,
talking
no,
about.
no. True Blood from HBO.
Oh, I thought you said True Detective.
No, True Blood dated the redhead. He was.
I know
like
who you're
the-
talking about.
the
I don't know his
southern
name.
hit guy.
But I
I'm
can
gonna look him
understand
up.
a little bit. I can understand
You have
that.
to
He
find
just
out who it is
pissed
for me
me
'cause
off.
I don't know.
I know who you're talking about, Greg.
What was her name? Jessica, right? Jessica's boyfriend
Yeah,
from True Blood.
Jessica.
Jessica Rabbit.
While you're doing that, let's move on to the next story. We got to catch
I will.
up.
Pokemon Go has removed its steps mechanic in a recent update, and I found this out today too. IGN's Alex Osborne writes, a new update for Pokemon Go has been released for both the iOS and Android, and in the update, the company has brought with it a number of improvements and refinements, including the ability to recustomize your trainer avatar, as well as on top of this, the footprints, which were glitched previously, have now been completely removed. So it was supposed to show you one footprint for something extremely close, 2 for something a little bit further, and 3 for in your vicinity but not very close to you at all. And it was only throwing 3 footprints the entire time, therefore kind of hurting everything.
Yeah.
Pokemon Go's updated nearby interface, which no longer shows footprints, other minor tweaks, including several bug fixes and user interface enhancement, are features in the update. Just to go through a couple of them. Adjusted battle damage calculation, updated UI, Myers text fixes. Along with this, they actually revamped some of the damage output by some of the Pokemon.
I know
someone.
one was like nerfed. Was it Vaporeon?
Vaporeon. Yeah, so if you had played the game and you went through and you saw a lot of gyms, it was almost all water Pokemon. And it was usually Vaporeon, Snorlax,
Yeah, I did notice that,
Dragonite. Were the top 3, but they've actually nerfed their some of their abilities as well as buffed a lot of the other ones that people weren't using that should have been on the same level. And one of the things that annoyed people, and something that was developing today, was that they actually put a cease and desist on a lot of these apps that were using the API kit.
Basically cheating apps.
It wasn't cheat. That's the thing. It wasn't cheating apps.
It's for finding the Pokemon.
Right, but that's what their own game was supposed to do, and they couldn't do it right. So these companies were doing what Niantic couldn't do the right way for them.
But I think
and
they were
Niantic
also
was shutting
giving
it down.
extra features in how to find those Pokemon. Like, I think it was making it easier.
In some ways, yeah, but you gotta remember this. Okay, so here's my issue with the game too. We live in a suburb. How many Pokestops are within your block?
Very true.
Within mine,
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually haven't checked.
None.
There's one maybe a mile down the road.
Right. If
Yeah.
your development alone, if we lived in the city, would have at least 5 or 6, and that's
Yeah.
and I'm talking minimum 5 or 6. That's not okay. Like, that's a broken game. So you can't tell me that using these companies telling you where to get these Pokemon when all you have around here are Pidgeys, Weedles, and Caterpie.
Pidgeys.
They're everywhere. The
And they're
freaking Pidgeys
everywhere.
Pidgeys are
And
fucking
Ratitas. And this
Ratatats.
company was saying, these are what's in there. The whole thing in the game was supposed to be these grass tufts, were popping up, and that was supposed to be the Pokemon nest, and they weren't even working right.
Yeah.
So their game in itself was faulty, was buggy, and these other companies were trying to help. It was actually created by people trying to help each other out. And I've actually used them.
I'm
They're
sure
not
that they weren't that selfless. That it's like, okay, so guys, let me help you out. Just spend 99
But
cents.
regardless,
or watch
they're
our
doing,
ads.
these companies are doing what Niantic can't do themselves. And then
Yeah, but I understand why
Niantic.
Niantic would want to shut them down so that they can figure it out for themselves. And
People are already getting refunds though for people that bought incense and lures and stuff like that because
Okay.
of all these things. In other news, out of Comic-Con, we have finally been informed on who the leaders of the gyms are, or at least the teams are for Team Mystic, Valor, and Instinct. Niantic showed off Blanche, Candela, and Spark, who are these mysterious figures now.
And Candela is the coolest because she's Team Valor.
Is that what you are, Andrew?
Yes, she does look the coolest though.
Is that the red one? The fire?
Yeah, the red one. She looks
No.
awesome.
I'm on the honorable team yellow Spark.
Oh
That's what
wow,
Jess
we're
is
all
thinking.
different.
Jess is on Team Instinct.
Yeah.
We're all different. I'm Team Mystic. Bobo.
They did announce. Are you Team Instinct?
Yeah, I want that fucking Articuno by me.
Oh no, you're Team Mystic.
Yeah, Mystic.
Oh, that's the team that defaces government property. Good job.
You're welcome.
That makes sense.
We'll be here all day.
Very proud. Team Valor.
Anyway, they did announce that trading will be coming to Pokemon Go, something we've known for a while, and I've brought up on the show before. They expected to support the game for months and years, and tease there are probably some Pokemon that will find their way into the universe, even beyond the current set of 150.
Oh, of course.
People are even guessing that Ditto is somewhere in the game.
Somewhere.
But no one's been able to find him.
What does Ditto sound like?
Ditto.
All right, there you
Yeah.
go. That's what Ditto sounds
I
like.
actually, I've realized that I can do almost all the Pokemon voices. It's kind of weird.
It's a very
Danny-
special skill, something that will
Thanks.
help you very much.
I have actually used it in job
You
interviews.
should put it on your resume, man.
I actually did.
Okay, good.
That's like Dwight's resume from The Office. I love that.
Question.
Knows
What bear?
all species of bear. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
bear is best?
Bears beats.
Also,
Battlestar
Battlestar
Galactica.
before we start the poll that goes along with this question as well, I just want to post the IMDb for it was Hoyt Furdenberry who he
Hoyt.
played in the IMDb. This is the guy I
Let me
want
see
to
him.
punch in the
Let's
face.
see if I want to
Jim
punch him right now.
Jim Paris.
Yes.
That's a
I
pretty
hate him.
punchable face, man.
Yeah.
Look at
Yes,
his
I
Especially
don't
the
like him either.
IMDb picture they chose. Like, look at his face there.
He looks like
his
Dane
forehead
Cook's
is
special
huge.
brother.
I just can't deal with this.
It's like Dane Cook meets Rainn Wilson.
Yeah. Kind of is, actually. It's got that leprechaun nose.
I
Right.
feel like that's a good pick.
Yeah, Dane Cook has a very punchable face. Dane Cook would probably be on the top.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That
Dane
is
Cook
true.
would
Dane
be
Cook
on my
is up there.
on my list.
Actually, David Tell was probably mine.
So there you go, guys. We're not sexist. We want to punch guys just as much.
yeah, I would say Dane Cook. I'll put Dane Cook as the guy I would punch. Yeah.
All right, so what is the poll we're putting in the chat here?
There you go.
Are you still into Pokemon Go?
Yeah, are you guys still in the Pokemon Go?
I
One.
just evolved my EV2 of Vaporeon today. So yes.
Yeah.
Good. for
I
you, man.
randomly caught a Scyther the other day that was higher than
What?
any of the Pokemon I ever had.
What?
Yeah.
So here are your selections
He
for the poll,
sucks.
guys. Are you still as addicted as ever? B, yes, but involvement has slightly dwindled. C, no, I barely play at all now. Or D, no, never got into it to begin with. Let us know in the poll, please, and we will let that information out a little later on. For now, Greg, why don't you read the next story?
I'm on it.
I wanna see
PlayStation
Strike
VR will
Bros.
require 60 square feet to play. This is by IGN's Nicole Carpenter, and she writes, the space requirement for PlayStation VR has been revealed, as Sony has confirmed its upcoming
I like
virtual
Strike.
reality headset will require 60 square feet of room to play. The suggested dimensions for PSVR's play area is 9.8 feet by 6.2 feet, which works out to be 60.8 square feet, according to the Sony website as spotted by Polygon. Despite the needed play area, Sony suggests PlayStation VR users sit while using the headset. Quote, limit your use of PSVR to within the play area, and quote, brochure reads, it continues on by saying, remain seated whenever possible. If an application requires you to stand while wearing the VR headset, follow the application instructions very carefully and maintain awareness of your surroundings. I'm assuming they have to put that disclaimer, almost like the disclaimer in front of Pokemon Go, where it's like, just be aware that you're not walking into a manhole. as
I
a
think
kid.
they're really
While
just
driving.
being safe here. And honestly, I think people might be reading it wrong to begin with. They might just
Yeah.
be saying that you need to be within this 60 square
Right.
foot range. Like, that is the optimal range, not that you need to have 60
Yeah.
square foot of space to make
That's
this
how
work.
I read that statement,
Yeah.
too. It was exactly how you just
Yeah,
said.
like they actually show, like if you look at the image in the brochure, it actually shows like the range, and I think it's just like showing you like this is what you want to stay within. You know what I mean? Like I feel like people are reading it wrong, and even if they aren't, they're just staying on the safe side of things.
Yeah. Yeah, this is no big deal. You know what frustrates me though?
What
I really
frustrates you?
wish Dean would give VR like at least the demo of VR a chance.
I'm sure he will eventually. Like if
I
he's
hate how against it he is, just for the sheer fact that I feel like he's only against it because at this point he wants to be against it.
I think that's partially it, but I think if he was in a Best Buy and there was no line, I think he would try it out.
Yeah.
No, I honestly think that he would just be like, no. He would come and be like, I almost tried VR today, but you know what I decided? Fuck that. I'm not doing it. I'm not in for that. I want to sit on my couch. I want to play my games. I don't need this headset on. I just
Dean?
need my TV.
We know you're watching. Let us know in the chat how you feel about what Mike is saying right now. He's
That would
always
be his
watching.
approach.
He's always watching. All right, final story. I will take this one. We're trying to move quickly here. Wait, I went too far, I think.
Yes, you did. It's on this side.
Nope, I got 2 pages here. All right. Next up, the Uncharted movie is getting back on track. IGN's Jordan Serrani, new name, don't recognize it. Welcome, Jordan. The Grey Raider and director Joe Carnahan? I'm not sure. Carnahan will pen the script for Sony's Uncharted movie, Variety reports. Carnahan told Variety he'd also love to direct the adaptation. However, unless production for the film is delayed, his current shooting schedule for Bad Boys 3, which he is on board to direct, prohibits him from doing so. Carnahan said he took the writing role because he has always been fascinated by the world of archaeology. Plus, the property itself is so popular that it was hard to turn down an opportunity to work with it, he added. Carnahan's other writing credits include 2010's The A-Team and 2 episodes of NBC's The Blacklist. Bad Boys 3 is currently slated to hit theaters on June 2nd, 2017. The Uncharted movie has seen a number of writers and directors attached to it throughout the years, including Seth Gordon, who was set to direct the film before leaving the project last year. Uncharted 4 game director Neil Druckmann recently told IGN about Naughty Dog's involvement with the film adaptation. Quote, every once in a while they'll come in and they'll present to us, here's the script, here's what we're thinking. We'll tell them what we think works, what we think doesn't work. Druckmann added, quote, the most important part to get right is protagonist Nathan Drake and his relationships with Elena and Sully. If you don't get that right, I don't think the film's going to work. If you get that core right, there's a chance it could work, end quote. So we have a question for you guys. Who would you want to direct the Uncharted movie? Should it be Justin Lin from the Fast and Furious franchise? Should it be Gore Verbinski, who did Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah.
Should it be James Gunn, who's best known for Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
Or should it be the Duffer Brothers, who just did Stranger Things?
I'm
All
gonna
good
reveal the
options.
poll results
They're all
first
good
before
options.
I put this new poll in the chat, Joe.
Yeah, did you put it in already, or?
I just put the poll results in for the Pokemon Go, so we never did that one.
Oh, we never did that.
No. So
I
I
think
just
Gore-
I put
Gore
those
Verbinski
results.
would
I
fit
put those
really well.
results in just now.
I think Gore
Because-
Verbinski actually did he do the one with Nicolas Cage,
National Treasure.
National Treasure? Was that Gore Verbinski?
No, he didn't
No.
do those films.
That was
I
I
can't.
have no idea.
I don't know. But first up, we have the poll for
Pokemon Go, yeah.
Pokemon Go, and No never got into it, had the most with 6 votes, but we had 2 with Still as Addictive as Ever, we had 2 for Slightly Dwindled, and 1 for No, I Barely Play at All now. So now the new polls in the chat, guys. Let us know who you would want to direct the Uncharted movie. If it's not on the list, let us know in the chat if you want to add another option.
Who did
Justin
you
Lin
guys pick?
Crushed Star Trek Beyond. So I mean, I could picture that too, but I
Yeah.
still think that Gore Verbinski has more of a track record with these kind of movies.
Mhm.
And the Duffer Brothers, as good as they are, they haven't worked with like big budget, big scale movies yet. So
Yeah.
I think they should do something smaller before they branch into something big like that. So yeah, Gore Verbinski would probably be my.
I wish I
my
could
best
combine them
option,
all
or
for
my
different
choice.
reasons. Because
Was that
Justin
great?
Lin, I wish I could combine some directors. Like Justin Lin, I really like him for the idea of the set piece moments. Like I feel like he could do those amazingly well because that's why people watch Fast and Furious. Is how fucking crazy can they get with what they do? But Gore Verbinski, I really like. I think he would nail the comedy aspect of it.
And he has that adventure thing going on.
Yeah, and like
So
the
you
action
want a team
adventure.
up?
Yeah,
Like
if I could do
Justin
Justin
Lin
Lin
and
and
Gore
Gore Verbinski, that would be
Co-directors.
Co-directing, that would be pretty neat.
And no to Zack Snyder. No.
Oh
Just
my
no.
God! Kill
God.
yourself if Zack Snyder takes that movie. Kill yourself.
Wait, Zack Snyder or Michael Bay?
Neither ever.
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay probably.
Michael
yeah.
Bay?
I probably would go with Michael Bay at this
Oh,
point.
Yeah,
man.
I think that that Zack Snyder's films are absolutely joyless.
I think Zack Snyder's strengths are
Joyless.
not at all applicable to Uncharted. He's really good with real stylistic fight scenes, and you're never gonna see a stylistic fight scene in Uncharted.
Yeah,
It's gonna be pulp action adventure.
I got
It's
Sucker
gonna be
Punch.
like
I
luck
still
of the
watch
draw
it,
with
taste
it,
that out of
like
my
Indiana
mouth.
Jones-esque.
Rick brought up a good point. He said James Gunn nailed relationships in Guardians, and that's what the movie's focus appears to be between
Yep.
Chloe and Nathan.
That's why I put James
Right.
Gunn in there. I agree, because James Gunn also kind of nailed that adventure feel with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
so
Gunn is a good option too,
Yep.
but he's got his hands full, doesn't he? With the
with
the
Guardians,
yeah.
well, yeah, he
But then
does.
if you're thinking just relationships, then I think the Duffer Brothers are better than James Gunn. The relationships in Stranger Things over 8 episodes, I felt more attached to those characters than I did
They
to
did a
any of
great
the
job.
Guardians
Yeah, they
members.
kicked it.
And they
down.
wrote and directed multiple episodes of that
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
And did the
at least
overall
3 of
story as
them
well.
I
That
saw.
show was
I only watched
phenomenal.
5
I
of
can't
them,
recommend that show enough. Duffer Brothers, good for you guys. Proud of you.
Nine Fox brings up Sam Esmail. If you guys don't know who that is, if I remember right, it's the guy who does iRobot. Not iRobot.
I went to school with the same.
God, what the hell is it called? Mr. Robot, not iRobot.
I still need
Mr.
to watch
Robot.
that. That's
It's a really good show.
Speaking of directing, like to get off of that, I love Bradley Cooper for Nathan Drake, but I still am holding out for him as Indiana Jones if they ever do decide to like replace Harrison Ford.
If they do Indiana Jones at this point, they should get the guy who's playing Han Solo. It makes sense, right?
Oh, that would
Indiana
be pretty
Jones
cool.
and Han Solo should be played by the same guy
Yeah, I agree
at all
with that.
times.
And obviously, you need Margot Robbie as Elena. So done.
Margot Robbie as Elena is just too attractive. Elena is very attractive, don't get me wrong, but
That's
Margot
how I
Robbie's
see
like,
Elena. That's
Come
how
on.
Elena looks to me.
Well, no, who's the
Margot Robbie.
one, the other love interest that's super fine?
No!
Chloe?
Don't you dare!
Greg, you missed it earlier.
The dark-haired one.
You mean
Greg.
Chloe?
Is that her?
Yeah, it's Chloe. Yeah, Greg
No.
hates her so much.
She's so hot.
Greg
Oh,
completely missed about when I talked about James Gunn. I said about how good they are building relationships, and I said like how Nathan is good with Chloe, and he just completely let it go.
dude, she's so fine. What is her nationality? She's just.
I have no
banging.
idea. Cuban, maybe?
Yeah.
That's why
Kristen Bell should be Elena.
Sofia Vergara should be Chloe. Let's
And
get it
it's-
right.
Greg,
all right?
That's true. Sophia Vergara.
Sofia Vergara is Chloe.
Sofia Vergara.
It's Sofia Vergara. It's Chloe. Totally, it should be. Greg, why don't you just reveal the poll results? I feel like it's been long enough.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
All right, so here's what you guys thought
you
for
guys-
director for
Did you
Uncharted.
put
the
Anthony
movie.
up to that statement, by the way, or was that just totally?
No, he totally just did that.
You guys.
All right, so we had 8 votes for James Gunn. You guys are very much favoring that one, but we also had 2 votes for Gore Verbinski, 1 vote for Justin Lin, none for the Duffer Brothers. That's because I think most people don't know who that is.
Yeah, nobody is watching
But
it.
everybody should watch Stranger Things. That's why I put it in there.
Yes,
'cause everybody
please.
should watch it.
So
Oh,
good.
it's so good.
So damn good. You haven't seen the end though yet, right?
No,
So
I'm on-
nobody spoil Stranger
No
Things.
spoilers.
please.
No spoilers.
Yeah,
No
please,
spoilers.
guys.
Greg, keep an eye on the chat.
And-
Don't let it happen.
Just so you guys know, season 2 is confirmed now.
Yes. Awesome.
Yeah, Greg. The last episode I finished was 5. Nancy just went into like the shadow
Ah,
The upside down is what
you're
they
not
what now?
ready,
dimension. Yes,
Anthony.
the upside down.
The upside down.
Anthony,
now?
you're not ready.
All right, now I'm also going to
Oh.
draw the winner for the second exploit code. The first one
Wow.
was Hids.
A lot more people.
I will get that to you later. And this one is Chubrock 214.
It's an awesome name.
That is a new name that I've never seen before.
Chub Rock.
Actually,
Loving it.
but clearly you have 500 XP, so you must be at least a somewhat avid viewer of our show.
Dude,
Will I
apparently
ever
this-
live down Chloe? Ever?
I had no idea that Chloe was like that was such a big thing again for
Anthony,
people side
Anthony,
with Chloe
it's a
or with.
thing
No,
on
it's like a
this
team
show?
Chloe, team Elena.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
not. Greg brings it to a whole new extreme.
No.
All right,
I
so
don't-
Greg, if you
no.
see Chubrock, comment in the chat.
Yeah, I'll let you know the method. His
Yeah,
never said anything
Chubrock, let us
either,
know
so
the
I'm
method
assuming-
that you want me to get you that code. Right now, my default method will be Twitch, because I have your Twitch
Chloe?
name now. So
Chloe was so vanilla. That was
No, you're thinking Elena was
Elena was so vanilla.
Yeah,
No,
like
she wasn't.
Kristen. I'm telling you, dude, Kristen Bell. That kind of cute, but flies under the
Kristen
radar.
Bell is who you want to play Elena.
Yes,
She's
she's
not
kind of cute,
singing.
but she flies right under the radar.
I'm over it. I'm over this.
What's
conversation.
happening? We can't let this get started again. We can't let it
It's
happen.
hilarious.
You might
Let's
as well
let's
pick
move
that
on
up.
here to our second community focus segment of the show.
And Olivia Munn as Chloe.
Olivia Munn is Chloe. That's not bad.
I
It
can
is
feel
called
Chloe, but she's dirty.
On the Spots. You guys can submit your hard-hitting question every week on our Twitter
On the
at the
Pots.
Level Up Network, level spelled LVL, and we might choose you to be featured on our Sunday show, like this guy or girl. Dear the
Like
Level Up
this
Show,
guy.
what game would be even more badass with a female lead character instead of a male? That comes from E1 Evenam, that is also known as Danielle. Yes.
Oh,
Like
I
she had a
love this
preference
question.
that it's not my
Thank you,
question.
Danielle,
No,
for the
she
question.
made it clear that Mike did not ask this question. This came from Danielle, Mike's friend. So
Danielle,
what do you
I
guys think?
love
What's the
this
first thing you think
So
of?
we're talking about an established game that has a male
Yes, an
lead.
established male character that you would actually want to be a female character instead.
My God, I have no idea, honestly.
God of War.
That's actually not bad, Mike.
That's Heavenly Sword, right? Like,
Kind of is.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
they
but
already have
good.
that.
No, I would have been okay if they were to like truly reboot God of War.
Right.
If they were to make that a female character, I would have totally been down for
Ooh,
it.
what about Legend of Zelda?
A lot of people are very
Yeah.
against that idea. I'm not against it. I would be okay with the female version of Link, but a lot of people are very
Ooh,
against it.
Final Fantasy VII. Cloud.
Oh,
is
you
a
already kind of
female.
got it with the
We got
cross-dressing
lightning.
scene, so.
We already got lightning.
And lightning, yeah, really is female Cloud. You're right. It's already been done in a way.
Ooh,
For
what
me,
about-
the one that I thought of, not an established character, but I kind of wanted Last Guardian to be a girl instead of a boy. Like we've already gotten so many versions of a boy and his monster, a boy and his giant, a boy and his blob. You know, like we always have a boy and his creature. Like why can't we ever have a girl and her creature?
What
True,
about
that's a
Grand Theft
really
Auto?
good pick.
I feel like the Last Guardian would have been the perfect time to do that.
Dude,
I love that
Grand
pick.
Theft Auto, 9 Fox, Jinx.
I mean, I think that's what they were trying to go with Recore a little bit too.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. You got your girl and her mechanic dog.
That thing was awesome. In the first
Wolfie,
trailer. What
I
the
thought
hell
of
happened?
Uncharted 2, but you have that in Tomb Raider, especially with the new reboot games. Those are
Yeah, I mean,
awesome.
obviously, Uncharted would be the thing a lot of people go
Yeah,
to.
Tomb
but it
Raider
would
and
make
that
sense.
is
Uh,
Cloud at Strife.
But it's
Yeah.
interesting when you even think of like, it's funny that we brought up yesterday on
It only does
PlayStation about all the PS1 classic games. They were all cartoon characters of animals, yet every
Yeah.
single one is a guy.
Yeah, it's
Spyro,
true.
Crash Bandicoot, Gex, like all of them.
What if Spyro's actually
Yeah,
a girl?
technically, Cloud is one of
He's
the
not.
most androgynous characters in like the history.
I
of
mean,
games.
really, every Japanese RPG for the most part is androgynous when it comes to its characters. It's always been that way.
Every game that I continue to think of is like, it sucks because a lot of my favorite games are the ones that pop into my head. But like, I've already played like the female version of like Infamous Second Son, but like we had
Fetch.
First Light already. You know what I mean? We had
Yep.
that, and then I was thinking The Walking Dead by Telltale, but then I'm like, oh wait, we had season 2 with Clementine.
Yeah, I feel
Like,
like
they already
Infamous would have been a
kinda-
great choice if it wasn't for Fetch.
I think Grand Theft Auto would actually be pretty cool with it.
Yeah, I think so too, actually. We've never gotten a female protagonist in Grand Theft Auto.
Assassin's Creed tried it, and I think it actually worked really well as far as story content and everything
Yeah.
would go, because the women really fly under the radar.
Yeah,
One-
Aveline and Xiao Jun are both great assassins.
Another one that comes to my mind is Hideo Kojima has always been focused more on the main character, the one you control, being a male protagonist.
No, he had a
But
really,
he does really great job with making badass females. He just doesn't typically make them controllable. Like the boss is as badass a girl
First
as
of all-
it gets. Like I would love for Hideo Kojima to make a game where his action character is a female.
First of all,
Would
they already had
character
that.
be breathe through their skin?
No.
They already had that with.
No,
First
it
of all, they already had a female character with Raiden.
Raiden, yeah. As close as he gets, I guess, right?
And then my other one, my big one was Kingdom Hearts, but then we got Aqua, and Aqua's fucking amazing.
What's an
Yeah,
aqua?
it's true.
It's a cool ass name.
What's an aqua?
Aqua is Birth by
Don't
I
you
didn't play
dare, Michael.
I actually didn't play that one.
Gregory.
So yeah, if you get the 2.8, that's going to be there's going to be like a section where Aqua is the
Aqua
playable
has
character.
2 playable
2.8.
sections in 2.8. I'm so excited. I'm gonna kill
So
myself.
it's 2.9.
2.9 is what I think will eventually come, where they just take everything that's ever been Kingdom Hearts and bundle it all together to be released right before Kingdom
You know,
Hearts
they're-
3.
It'll,
really
except it'll be
complicated.
called 3 divided by 7001 exclamation point star Final Fantasy. What? Question mark?
They have to do a 2.9.
Hashtag
They
Square
just
Enix.
have to. There's no way they wouldn't. Why do a 2.8 if you're not
Yeah.
going to do a 2.9?
Yeah, I agree with that, Joe.
There's got to be at some point. They'd be throwing away money if they didn't do it.
There has to be a game that we're not thinking of because like I love this question and everything that I'm thinking of there's been a female iteration of it. Like I was thinking Mass Effect and I'm like fuck, I loved playing as FemShep.
Yeah.
What if instead of like Emily is away, we got like Steven is away?
Steven is away. I don't think it would really make too much of a difference, to be honest. Except that the girl would not be this irrational, crazy person. God,
Like
that girl
every girl
sucks
on
so
that
hard.
side.
Emily is the worst. If you ever play Emily is Away, just keep that in mind that she's the worst.
Oh my god! I
She
really, I
sucks.
want to get people that we grew up with to play that.
It's a really cool game.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't even know if I would call it a game. That's as least a game as you
No,
can get,
yeah,
really.
it's
But
not.
it's a text message simulator. So, but yeah, that's a great question. I wish we could think of more answers to the question.
Right.
I know, I feel like I kind of turned the question.
Ooh, what
into,
about
like,
Mario?
A female version of Mario? Is there a female version of Mario?
No.
No, like it's no. You got like so many. Like, you have Wario and Luigi, and like you got all these weird,
Luigi.
got all these weird like iterations on Mario. But there's never been like a female Mario,
No.
like Miss Mario, like kind of like Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Miss Mario.
I don't know. I just wonder if they ever tried it. Probably not. Emily is indeed the literal worst, says Tobes.
I'm gonna
Emily
keep
as well.
pondering this question, and I'm gonna give you a really good answer by the end of the show.
Yeah, keep thinking about it. Let us know, Greg.
Really good question, though.
It is a very good question.
I
Let's
love
go
this
to our
question.
final commercial break of the night. Hold on tight. Super Dave will be back in approximately 60 seconds.
Hold it.
Welcome back, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 132. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you like what we're doing at any point, please make sure to hit that heart button at twitch.tv/Level Up Show, like Kwani did. I want to say Kwani2K9. Thank you so much for your follow. Thank you to all our subs tonight and resubs and donations. Don't forget that if you want to get a wheel spin and have a chance at a $10 PSN code as well as a lot of other prizes, just sub, resub, become a patron, donate $10 or more. All those things will get you a wheel spin.
Wheel spin.
We have about 20 minutes left in the show to go through the final level update, but first we have the last
Another one?
digital code offering. Again, this is just going to be thrown into the chat. Dean went to see Star Trek Beyond yesterday, and I'm guessing they gave out a Star Trek Into Darkness digital code, so we're going to throw that into the chat right now. First come, first serve. If you do redeem it, let us know in the chat that you did, so that everybody else can stop trying to get it. Greg, will you do that for me?
I'm on it.
Greg is on it. And we're going to move on to the final level update.
Do I post the whole thing so they know the website too?
Yes,
I'm gonna do the whole
because it
thing.
has to be redeemed at fandangonow.com.
Yeah,
Post
so
letter
I'm just
by
gonna
letter.
post the whole thing, kids. So not
Just
letter
break it
by
apart.
letter. That'll take 7 years. There we go. It's in the chat room. Best of luck. Let me know who redeems it.
Thank you. So, first up in this final topic here, No Man's Sky does not require PlayStation Plus to play. IGN's Joe Wicca Scribbles
He's moving
says
on up.
No Man's Sky might hinge on the online experiences of its players, but its PS4 players won't require the usual online subscription to play. As confirmed by Game Informer, a Sony statement said PS Plus won't be a requirement to play online. However, you will need to be connected to the internet for your discoveries to register with the Universal Atlas. This is likely down to the fact that while players are technically sharing the game's universe and could run into one another, No Man's Sky 18 quintillion possible locations makes the chances of such an encounter, to wheel out an understatement, statistically improbable. That makes the game's only likely online interaction the mapping and naming of said locations, something which Sony clearly deems single-player-y enough in activity to waive the necessity of PS Plus, which is required to access the online multiplayer features of most other games on the console. Now, I have a poll for you guys, and this poll hinges off the fact that when I saw this information released on Twitter and the box art saying that multiplayer is optional, everybody's like, wait, what? I
Yeah.
thought I was going to be able to play with my friends. I thought I could travel the universe with my buddies. And I was like, wait a second. Did people think that this game was like a multiplayer-centric game? So my question for you guys in the chat, were you under the incorrect assumption that No Man's Sky was multiplayer-focused? A, yes, I thought it was like an MMO. B, kind of, I thought you could at least meet up with your friends. Or C, no, I've always understood that No Man's Sky is essentially a single-player game in a universe other players can affect.
From the very get-go, the entire description, I need yours now,
Sorry.
has been, you will likely never see another player,
Yeah.
let alone anybody you know.
But clearly, they did not make that point clear enough for some
No, they did. They made it clear in every single interview. Every time I saw him on stage,
Yeah.
that was the constant thing that he was asked every single time, and the answer.
I was very
never
surprised to
changed.
see the reaction on Twitter.
Isn't the idea though of being able to travel around this galaxy with a buddy or buddies that much more exciting than doing it by yourself?
Personally, I think that they should have added eventually.
Yeah, and they might,
Yeah.
but I think they want to give it some time for enough people to get to the center because we don't really know what the whole point of the game is exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's play the game first and see how it works before we jump on and be like, why can't we play with our friends?
That's just like, were you under the incorrect assumption?
Yes. I mean, I'm just being brutally honest. It's an incorrect assumption.
Right, like, I never got that because I don't know how clear these guys need to be on what their entire game
Yeah.
was.
So the poll's in the chat for you guys. Greg put it there. Please
Yeah.
let us know. that we
Also,
won't
I
read
have
the
an answer to
responses.
Danielle's question.
Yes, please.
Ubisoft reboots this game, Princess of Persia. Done.
Princess of Persia. Not bad.
Do we love it?
I like it,
that.
actually.
I like
I think
the
that's a
idea of
good
like
one.
a female assassin.
Yeah, Princess of Persia.
And now you're getting not only a female, but you're getting a minority in there again.
True. Potentially.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
If she's Persian.
A Persian princess.
I mean, would
She
that
should be, right?
not make sense?
I mean, let's be honest. Like in the
Or-
other
or-
Prince of
or
Persia,
are
we
we
had
gonna go
we had
Matt
Nathan
Damon?
Drake play him. So
Or are we gonna
Yeah.
go Matt Damon as the warrior for the Great Wall of China?
it's true.
Did you see that one
Matt
now?
Damon. Yes, I did see that.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Whitewashing everywhere.
All the time.
Next up,
But, guys, speaking of friends list, I don't really know how it's a segue, but segue.
Why?
Sign-ups for Open PS4 firmware 4.0 beta have been released. Sony has opened up sign-ups for the PS4 system software beta. Beta testers will get an advanced look at some of the improvements and features coming to PS4, according to a post on the PlayStation blog. The registration will be open from today, which was actually Friday, until Tuesday, right?
I don't know.
It was early last week sometime. Until the beta starts in early August. It'll close once the beta starts, so those who are interested will want to sign up as early as possible. Sony has run beta periods for PS4's 3.0 and 3.5 software updates, showcasing the new features like events and communities. No details were given on what will be in the next PS4 system software beta, but we expect to see something on that in the next coming weeks.
It's always a risk.
Praying to fucking God we get folders. And if we don't get folders, I am just going to buy multiple cases of manila folders and send them one by one every single fucking day to their headquarters until they get the goddamn idea.
They know. They know.
Mike,
Fucking
that'll be
folders.
expensive.
The PS blog has a way of like ranking what you want the most, and folders are pretty high up there. I think number 1 is still PSN name change.
I hate that. No, just leave it. We need folders.
I would rather have folders just because I
Great or
don't
good.
care, but
Fuck your name. I'm
Oh.
sorry that you chose Dick Nugget fucking 69 for your name when you were 16 because you thought it was the goofiest fucking thing in the world. I need a fucking folder for all my goddamn shooters.
Is that in the
Fuck your name
same
change.
realm as chicken
Angry about
nuggets, or
What?
where do dick nuggets fall in the
I
realm of
don't
chicken
know. I
nuggets?
tried to. I was gonna say something worse, and I changed it to Dick
Proud
Nugget.
of you.
Land.
I
Glad
also
you
want to
called that.
point out, Eccleton pointed out, I was laughing at this before. He said for the women starring in men's role-led games, whatever, he said no women, Sky. Oh. Do you love
No woman's
Haha.
sky.
it's not
it?
bad.
I was dying before.
Diclonia says name change better than folders.
Wrong.
Ooh. Yeah.
I understand. If you have a bad name, I understand.
That's not
Okay.
my fault.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to sacrifice one of my features because you chose a stupid ass name.
I personally don't even care that much about folders either. Like my whatever it's called, bar,
Yeah.
XMB,
I mean,
whatever you
for
want
the
to call
most
it,
part,
is
it's
not that
fine.
full.
No, it's not that bad, but it's kind of annoying sometimes when I have to go through and find all of them.
I'd
Like,
rather be able to
have
like
them
pin
for
things,
indies.
I think.
Yeah, pinning things would
I
be
would
great.
like a pin.
Leisure Suit Linda. That
Oh my
fucking
god,
wonderful.
that would be the best fucking game in the
That's
world.
a good twist, man.
Holy shit! That
Bring back the
pwned-
power to the women.
That pwned the night right there.
That was a
Pwn
pretty
the
good.
Knights. Speaking of names, Kyle, my cousin, used to have the best Xbox names.
I'm so glad you got
His
it.
first one, what was his very first one?
Heaven Sender.
Was it Heaven Sender? I love that name. Heaven Sender was his first one, and then he went to We Pwn the Night because the movie We Own the Night came out,
Oh, God.
and then he went to We Pwn the Night. He had another one too. He had some good names, man. Because that was with Xbox, you can just change
Dude,
your names,
remember
so.
he would say that? He'd say, "I'm sending you to heaven."
Yeah, that was good stuff, man. Good
Dick
names.
Throttle.
Dick Throttle. Speaking of that,
Oh.
of Dick,
Speaking of Dick,
the NHL 2017 beta code was courtesy of a name on PSN. I'm probably a dick.
Oh,
Spelled
Andrew.
D-Y-C-K.
Andrew, wasn't the other one Skull Raper?
Skull Raper. That was it. Skull Raper.
That one.
Skull Raper was the one that wasn't on Xbox though, because he wouldn't have been able to get away with that. That was
Yeah.
actually on. Do you remember that
Yes, it was
MMO?
the
It was like
video game.
Heroes,
It's
City of Heroes.
Yep.
He was Skull Raper in that.
that's
Skull
awesome.
Raper.
That's
Good
so
name.
funny. My friend Kyle also had really good names like that too. His was always his go-to is the colon cleanser. Love that one.
Colon cleanser.
Colon cleanser.
All right, moving on to the final Pokemon Go story of the night. Sort of a
Christ.
Pokemon Go story. Nintendo's stocks plummet when investors finally realize they don't make Pokemon Go.
I love that.
IGN's Vicky Blake writes, Nintendo's share fell 17.7% after it confirmed the success of Pokemon Go would not necessarily translate into profits for the publisher.
I
Quote,
love
taking the current situation into consideration, the company is not modifying the consolidated financial forecast for now. Since Pokemon Go's release earlier this month, Nintendo's profits have more than doubled in value. However, as the mobile game was developed by Niantic, under license from Nintendo, the publisher has acknowledged profits will not materially change. The filing also made reference to Pokemon Go Plus device, which Nintendo says, quote, will be produced and distributed by the company and is scheduled for release. Due to publish for first quarter results later this week, it is expected that Nintendo will not revise its earnings forecast. We were all saying this for the longest time, like, why is everybody like going nuts investing in Nintendo? They don't own Pokemon.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Like, they have a stake in Pokemon, of
Right.
course,
I was
but it's
gonna
like
say,
a
I thought
20% or so. I
My
would say.
favorite was finding this out during the day. I was on break from work, and all of a sudden I got a message. It was from Drew, and he was just like, "Well, that didn't take long. It was just a link." I'm like, "What is this?" I click on it, and it's like just Nintendo stock going down. I'm like, typical.
Yeah.
That would happen to them. They just
It
have
made
that
me
one.
happy inside, honestly.
Me too.
Because I'm so tired of like Nintendo being bailed out, basically.
Yeah.
It's like they're getting government bailouts. Like
All the
every time
time.
they screw up royally, something miraculous happens, like the Wii or Pokemon Go, to
Right.
bail them out. It's like, no, fail until you become a third party. I'm tired of this shit.
You think they would
No
go
more
the route-
bailouts.
I'm tired of this shit.
You think they would go the route of Sega eventually, right? Like from console to third party to eventually dwindling out. But like honestly, I feel like they're gonna find so much success when they finally do become a third party and be like, why the fuck didn't we do this years ago?
I know.
It's so
Tough way
annoying.
to say. Greg, will you reveal the poll results before we move on to the final story?
Dita Rooney.
We were asking you guys. What were we asking you guys? We're asking you what you thought about No Man's Sky. Like, did you have the inaccurate assumption that it was a multiplayer-focused game? We had one vote for, yeah, I thought it was like an MMO. We had 3 votes for kind of. Let me pause it, because this is funny and hilarious, and we're going to listen to it in a moment.
Can we watch the other Pokemon clip that we like a lot with Pikachu and Bulbasaur?
No, we can't.
Why?
That's long past.
It's so good though.
It is good. I agree with that.
I feel like it's appropriate for right now.
We're already behind, and we have
That
like
will be our topic of the week, and we'll be done.
There is no topic of the week. The
Right,
topic
exactly.
of the week was Nintendo. NX. As I was saying, we had 1 vote for, yeah, I thought it was an MMO. We had 2 votes for kind of. I thought you could at least meet up with your friends. And that was 3 votes actually there. And
Yeah.
we had 8 votes for no. I've always understood that No Man's Sky is essentially a single player game in a universe other players can affect. So there was 4 people that were under the assumption that there was more of a multiplayer focus than...
I feel so bad for those
Actual.
4 people.
So that means 33% of our audience really does not pay attention to
this
games
is the whole
at all.
reason why
25%,
I'm not getting the
33.
game is
How
because
much
it's
is it
not.
total?
4 plus 8.
Okay, yes, you're right. I was just making sure.
The
I
whole
thought there
reason why
was
I'm not
16
getting the
votes.
game is because it's like and this is weird for me. Is usually I'm more focused on single player, but like that world and that universe, that would be something I'd want to do with my friends. And the
Exactly.
fact that it's
I agree.
I
Exactly.
get why you would want to. It was more so just, like I said, they've communicated many a time.
Oh yeah, they were clear. Yeah.
And that's more so what it was getting at. But yeah, I agree. I wish they would do something where it would include other people, at least with your friends list, so you can maybe join.
Yeah.
Like there is like groups, like maybe combine like the idea of No Man's Sky with Eve, so you have your companies that you work for and everything like that, and you and your friends can join kind of like a guild or something like that. That would be a cool idea.
Like I pictured the idea originally something cool like Journey, whereas like someone can pop in your game that
Yeah,
you've never met
asynchronous
before,
kind of
and then like,
whatever it's
wow,
called.
what did you do today? Well, I explored Neptune Nautilus with Jeremiah 124. Like that's just so cool to me, but that
Yeah.
will never.
I
happen.
agree with that. I think they'll add it eventually as like
You would
a feature.
imagine, right? Like
Yeah,
at
I
least you
think
could
they
add
will.
your friends onto your ship or something.
And
Yeah,
I'm,
I'm really proud.
honestly it's off topic. I'm really upset that the show was coming to an end because I have an excellent question for all of the viewers.
Okay.
And the question would be, what is the most offensive thing a stranger has ever said to you while you were online gaming?
Good night, everybody. It's been a really good show.
Yeah, seriously,
Don't
we're about to
forget-
get in some dangerous areas here. Well, actually, I have some thank yous. We had another donation from Tobes of $3.54. He wanted to even us out. What are we at? Are we at $100 now?
Close. Yeah, we are. We're
Wow,
at exactly.
that's
That's why it was the even. the
$46 today in donations then.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Wow, I had no idea it was that much. Thank you so much to everybody who donated. You could do it right now. If you want to donate $10, we'll give you a wheel spin. Or if you become a sub, a resub, patron, whatever, we will spin the wheel of destiny for you guys. We also had a final Twitch follow from Tech News Gadgets. Thank you for the Twitch follow. Really appreciate it. Hit that heart button at twitch.tv/The Level Up Show. We will shout you out as well, and you'll get notifications whenever we go live. As for the rest of our special thanks, let's get to that right now. First up, we have our top donators. They are the Chris MX, Henry DJP, Hids, Tobes29340, Kelly Jellyfish, YT Gamers, Johnny Poolside, Ty Spin, Your Average Psych, and DragonCon #1 with $410.
Awesome.
Subscribers are the Nine Fox, Greg Verga, Johnny Poolside, DeLone Gunman, Baz023S, Tobes29340, Vatak, Game Killer 305, Your Average Psych, Guitar Freak 12345, Ty Spin, Girl That Games, Kelly Jellyfish, Abtist, KP 2.0, Hids, Next Gen 99, Muto Crystallis, and our newest sub is Enya Plyan. Thank you so much. Our patrons are Puzzfilled Scab, Ty Spin, BMC Music, TX Puck, Dragon Con. We also have Mark Conklin, Alex Bustos 98, Lionhammer, Guitar Freak 12345, Baz023S, Tobes21340, Ginkgo Swag, Dan Piash, Temps Moriendi, Kelly Jellyfish, Chris Taylor, Girl That Games, Derek Sunday, Muto Crystallis, Next Gen 99, and finally, special thanks go out to our moderators. They are Johnny Poolside, Nanine, Fox, TX Puck, GFN 2112, Ghost Games, and Guitar Freak 12345.
If you guys ever want a reason to be a Patreon, I feel like seeing how far Andrew will really go with reading the names would be the reason you should
It
do
seems really long, but it's still only about, I think, 65 seconds long.
Right, that's fine. Go donate $1 to the Patreon just so Andrew has to read every single
I think
one of
I'll
your
call it at 5 minutes.
names. Call it. You can only do it for.
If you can get it to 5 minutes long, that list, I will stop.
Oh my god.
That's your goal, guys. 5 minutes long.
Do
long
it.
is it at
I mean,
now?
we're never going to stop listing those, but we might eventually
Yeah.
get to a point where we just have it run in the background and I stop actually reading them all off because, yeah, it's going to get to a point where it's ridiculous and I can't read off all the special thanks. And also, if you guys are donating or becoming patrons or subs and get a wheel spin, there's also a chance that you get added to the special thanks because of the wheel spin. There's a selection on the wheel spin for special thanks for a full month. So that could also add onto that eventually. Breathe, Drew says, Stripe Girl. I'm breathing. All right. I think that's it. No other things. Oh, we got another follow. Thank you to Sludgester. Sludgester, you are the final follow of the night. That is going to wrap it up for us. Greg, are you trying to do a power up tomorrow? I know Dean can't do it.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is like I'm gonna try to do some sort of show for you guys. So I don't have like the template and everything because Dean has that stuff saved to him. But I'm gonna try to do either like a news segment with like some sort of a topic or maybe like a trailer breakdown. There will be something superhero-esque tomorrow by like some mid-afternoon. I'm giving you probably from like noon to 4-ish around that time zone. Something superhero will be on.
Are
the
you
YouTube
thinking of
channel.
doing it live or exclusive?
No,
to YouTube?
not live. It'll be exclusive to YouTube.
Oh,
still,
exclusive
but,
to YouTube, guys.
yeah.
So keep an eye on our YouTube at youtube.com/Level Up Network. Tuesday, IUDP, the one that we recorded yesterday, pre-recorded. That'll go up on our YouTube Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Tuesday is Mike as well on Twitch with Trash Talk Tuesday. Any idea? Overwatch again?
No, maybe. Maybe not. If maybe that Rebel game or maybe Neverwinter.
Okay, there you go. Dean should be back, I think, from vacation. Do you know?
No.
Oh, he's still gone this
I
week?
think he's still gonna be gone.
Okay,
I
so
think he's
no
gonna be back
Beast
for
of the
Wednesday.
Week or no Beast Unleashed, I should say. But I might do some reruns in its place of our shows. Thursday, I don't think anything else going on this week, actually. Everything will be isolated to the weekend. I'll try and do some game streaming, maybe Abzu. Try and get that in there, maybe.
Oh,
and
I
then
forgot
Sunday,
that's
of course.
this week. Yes.
Yeah, Abzu's this week, and then Sunday, of course, is the Level Up Show proper. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll catch you throughout the week. Until next time, take care, and as always, don't forget to
Level up.
real time.
Yappa boop, shappa doopa dap, dee boo bop, me ba dooba dap, me ba na ba na, he ba na ba na, shappa dooba dap. One day I can't wait for the day that Blue Gnosis literally comes back to the show and is like, what? You guys picked my song? That's gonna be the best thing.
Yeah, Blue Gnosis is gone, but he will forever be a part of this show through his theme song.
Forever.
So weird that he just up in disappeared too.
Yeah.
I will never know what happened to him. I tried tracking him down on so many different things. Never
Give a high
found
five over there, Anthony. Greg, high five to you, buddy.
on it.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Until next time, take care. Level up. Hey, Level Uppers. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to check out our other content, please do.
Like your favorite superhero podcast, Power Up, right here.
Or for everything PlayStation. It only does PlayStation right there.
For movies, television, and Netflix, check out the Lights Up Show down this way.
And for the latest episode of our gaming talk show, The Level Up Show, go right there. But most importantly, please don't forget to subscribe right there.
Nailed it.
We did it.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
that was good.
Which one do you think they'll click on?
I think Level Up Show,
Probably.
obviously.
Hopefully, all of
It
them.
only does
Yeah.
PlayStation.
I would like if they watched them all, I think.
That would be
Lights
cool.
Up is new, though. I think they should definitely check that out.
Lights Up's a new one. Power Up's always a
running
new
about
one.
7-8 seconds now.
Yeah.
We're
Well, you think they've clicked on something?
we're still here, so no.
I think they should.
We should
Did
give
you
them a little
Did
bit
you
more.
click on something?
Click on something, guys.
We need to go.
The hell are you?
I'm going to give it
waiting
3
for?
seconds.
Watch
We have
all
things
of
to
that.
do.
Three,
Just click.
Stare them down.
Two,
Stare them down until they do it.
1.
Ah!